Welcome out to another Live at Kojak's Saturday night live stream. This week we're doing a round of each. We just got them going, and under the gun, Miss Hinton wakes up with pocket eights, or as Jack King calls them, wired eights. This is destined to be an action-filled table coming off of the West Texas Poker Championship Series. We guaranteed $250,000 to be paid out over the course of 2 weeks, and we actually reached $542,000 in total payouts in the tournaments. Joining me in the booth tonight is Mr. Dante.
Hey, what's up, guys?
We'll have to get him used to the loud talking Charlie, who's always going everywhere. So we've got Miss Hinton versus Mr. Jeremy Clark, 7-4 suited versus wired eights. $145 in the pot already, and we are on the turn. Actions on Jeremy. Looks like he's going to lead out and take advantage of hitting his 4 on the turn. He's going to lead out with $65. Will that be enough to get Miss Hinton off?
I don't think so. She's going to appeal at least once.
Yes.
For sure.
She does make the call, and a jack on the turn, giving 3 overs to her hand. That's got to be scary. And it does go check, check. No, it does not.
Jeremy Bond over.
It goes check Bomb, and he's going to pull in $140 profit on a $425 pot. What a way to kick off Live at Kojak's live stream. That's how you make 2 words into one.
Okay, co-stream, I like it.
Co-stream.
Creative.
So we've got an action-packed table coming to you tonight from Kojak's, and I was lucky enough to get Mr. Dante to help me. Been asking you for how long now?
A couple months. I mean, I'm usually playing or something else. Sleeping, I guess, at this time. I don't.
He's usually out there on the felt, but I was able to weasel him in here to help me out. Miss Debbie looks down at Queen 9 offsuit. Is going to make the call, along with Mr. Clark with 8-5. But Mr. Taco, Big Taco, wakes up with a huge hand, wired kings. Oh, we got our mic back. Sorry about that. Debbie makes the call. Flop comes out 9-8-7 with a turn of a 7. We've got 3 diamonds and a straight draw out there. And it goes check, check to the river with a deuce of hearts. Debbie leads out with $50. I don't think that's enough to get Frankie off. $240, so $190 in the pot. Debbie bets $50.
She's thinking she has the best hand for sure.
And so
100% she thinks she has the best hand.
So
I would in her spot too.
Oh, yes. Check, 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 check.
Yeah, bet call, small bet on the flop, check, turn.
So I think that call by Frankie was a crying call, saying, if you got it, that's just enough to make me call.
When he checks back, his hand is so under-repped there. Even though it's pretty wet, so he has to call there. She's gonna bet a lot of worse hands.
Yes.
I think that. I mean, I have a ton of hands that I would bet there that I would think would be good.
Look at this. This is Pocket Pair Palooza.
Yeah.
Donald wakes up under the gun with pocket 9s. He hadn't even looked at them yet, and I'm excited. He's going to raise to at least 20. No, he calls. He's trying to get in there cheap. Look at that. The Kojak. Sterling's got the Kojak suited. There's the raise that I think Donald was looking for. Ace-10 right behind it. That's a big hand. 4 deuce, I'd be in there with that.
That's a sneaky one.
Yes, especially with all those big ones in there. So Billy's in there with King 7 suited, so we got... There's not very many kings left in the deck.
No?
What about this flop?
What an interesting flop here.
So we slot machine the flop with 5-5-5, and it checks all the way around king on the turn. Where did that come from?
I don't know. Someone needs to check that deck. I'm not sure.
Look at this. Check on that. With a jack on the river.
Everyone's trying to trap everyone.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We had 7 traps being set. 3 of them hit. So I think Billy will raise right here.
Possibly, yeah.
I see several green out there. Billy just makes the call. I guess he assumed it was going to be a chop pot, so he didn't see any value in trying to boost it up a little bit, just in case Sterling was sitting on that 4th 5.
You can't be too careful, you know.
It's better to chop $22. Look at this. Sterling got 23. Billy got 22. Man, we need those 50-cent pieces out there. Button's going to move over to Miss Debbie, I think. Is she in seat number 5? Nope, it's on whoever's in between. I think it's Keikoa. Excuse me. Yeah, Button's on Keikoa now. Keikoa is in for the table minimum, $500. $1,500 is the max. We've got 3 players setting at the max. An early chip lead is going to be Jeremy and Big Taco with $1,600. Debbie looks down at the Kojak. Nobody ever folds the Kojak.
No way. It runs so high here.
Do you think it looks better than it is, or it's as good as it looks?
It definitely looks better than it is. It's definitely one of like the trap hands of No Limit Hold'em for sure.
So Kojak versus King Jack. Who's your pick? Button versus, we got a raise. Raise her up. Flop comes out 5, 2, 3. No help to anybody. First to bet, first to win, or what?
Probably. It's I can't really see either one messing around too much on here.
So it looks like we got to bet a 25, 35, and that's going to be enough for Miss Debbie to let it go. Once again, there's a look at the chip counts. Big Taco and Jeremy leading it up. Keikoa bringing in the rear, but don't count him out because at any moment he's going to be sitting at least $1,000. He'll double up real. That's the hands that he looks for.
That's kind of Keikoa's go-to game plan. He likes to come in short and then utilize the fact that people are going after each other with the bigger stacks and get some light action. It's worked out very well for me.
I see him short by, and then every once in a while I see him lose that, and then he really starts firing at the table. Frankie's got a suited connector. Nope, it's not suited. It's just connected, and he likes it enough, and luckily nobody else has a hand except for the button. Debbie's going to look down at ace, jack, off suit. She's going to say, no limping in my house. We're going to raise it up to 30, and Frankie's going to make the call. He's going to check on the flop, ace, 7, 10. All in Miss Debbie's wheelhouse, except Frankie made bottom pair. She's going to lead out. Frankie knows better than to mess with Miss Debbie, so he's going to let it go.
Can't really do much there.
No, not at all.
Pairs, tons of draws. Even if you have the best hands.
Backdoor hearts, backdoor straights, Broadway. You got the middle straight. You got everything in there. All right, what about this? Big Taco. Oh, I saw a suited connector in there that I liked. 4 deuce. I guess they folded. See, I like those smaller hands because they're so undervalued. Especially when you've got people in there with ace 6, ace 10, king 9. You pop in there.
I put them myself, but if you put them aggressively, it's much more effective because you can get some of the bigger suited, the medium suited hands out.
I play 4 deuce like kings.
Yeah, in a lot of spots. So now you're playing that in like a raise pot or a 3-bet situation, and you have the only flush draw.
So 4 deuce folded right here. That's now a double gut shot straight draw, and that's so strong even against ace 10. Because ace 10, ace 5 beats ace 10 at this point. 5-6 beats ace 10.
True.
Look at this. Debbie makes the call. She's repping it. Donald picks up the check on the river. He's going to check, and Debbie's going to lead out. Is it going to be enough to push him off his big ace?
No, he's
55. 55, no.
Sure he's checking here, knowing that there's a bunch of misdraws and expecting her to bluff.
So what happens if she fires out with 125 right there?
It doesn't change his decision.
You think he still makes that snap?
He was checking the call. He was check calling 100% for sure.
So Donald's up to 1.2 thousand, and I do say the money like that, 1.2 thousand. Miss Debbie's down to an even grand. She's smiling. She says, "You caught me." Look at that. So we've got a couple new faces. Sitting in seat number 3 is Mr. Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo! Then we've got Mr. Donald sitting in seat number 4. I'm not exactly sure. Keikoa may have not made it back. I think he was grabbing a quick bite to eat. So we are playing -1 right now. Billy's getting his drink, and he hasn't looked down at his king 10 yet. So he just makes a blind raise to 15. Jackson's got 3 deuce, 7-4 gong. King 3 is going to call. Nope, it does not. But, Keikoa, welcome to the table. Pocket 10s. Got a 3-bet, and unfortunately, I think he's not going to get a. Oh yeah, he doesn't get a call from anywhere with that.
No, it's they both kind of knew they were just messing around.
Billy blind raised, and then he looks down at King 10. It looks good until it gets 3-bet.
That is the one. I guess downside of playing a short stack is you're less likely to get loose action because people know that you can't really outmaneuver you.
No, the short stack's not going to bluff.
Yeah.
If they're putting their money in, they've got at least something.
And it's hard to bluff them off side, right? It's hard to construct a hand for like multiple streets. Once like the stack to pot ratio is like so small.
Billy looks down. Big Taco looks down at pocket deuces. He's going to call the 5. Billy's going to jump in with the Kojak, and Miss Debbie right behind him with a real hand of ace queen. She's going to say $35 from here on out. Queen 10 in the muck, 4 deuce in the muck.
Oh, wow.
Holy
German
cow!
Kings. Oh, man.
We've got wired kings behind that, and no raise, no 3-bet.
Flats. That's interesting.
So 4-way action, $140 in the pot.
Oh wow! And
Flop,
it works out for him.
Flop comes Queen of Spades, Jack of Spades, 3 of clubs. Debbie hits top pair, top kicker, and she's going to play it like she's got it.
It's probably one of the best flops Jeremy could hit.
And look at this. He's just calling right behind. You think Billy makes the call? Billy definitely makes the call.
Yeah, he was a king of spades, so he has like a lot of backdoor draw. Especially Billy playing PLO a lot. He respects the backdoor equity.
Debbie's going to continue to fire 75 on the turn.
And now Jeremy he can only just call here.
Nope, he's raising 200.
Oh man, I really don't like
That
this.
puts Debbie in a tough spot because she does have top pair, top kicker. A slow call just a smooth call right there, I think would have been great. Now this is problematic for Debbie at this point.
Yeah, that's perfect run out for Jeremy. He can just empty the clip basically.
So I bet you he bets at least 300.
Now he's not even afraid of like Queen Jack. Or, he knows he probably has a nuts because she's just going to be raised 10-9.
So it looks like he puts out a bet of 400, and Debbie's counting out chips. She hasn't made the call.
This is like this is pretty much a cooler card how it's played out.
Because at what point?
If I'm in her spot, I'm calling too.
Right, you have to call.
Yeah, especially if you call turn, that's like the best card. That's basically the best card in the deck for you. Offsuit 8.
Because he could have been worried about 2 pair, but the 8 solidified his kings.
They really basically have the same hand. If you think about like all possible hands, the next step up from ace queen is kings.
Right, at that point, next step. Because king queen there is no good.
And since he flatted pre, it's so tough. It's so tough to count that.
He hit his hand, is what you're saying.
That's a huge cooler for her, really.
Oh, I hate to see that. That's at no point there does she think that she doesn't have the winning hand. The only thing she's worried about is Queen Jack at that point.
Yeah.
So it looks like the button has moved now to Big Taco, and judging by Miss Debbie having 4 cards, we're now on PLO high. 4-card high, not high-low. 4-card high only. And this is what the majority of the players at the table got ready to play.
Oh, looks like it's not picking up.
He had to hit the button to switch it.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we may have to play the first hand without the whole cards, just due to the fact that he didn't hit the button fast enough to switch to PLO. And it goes pot, pot.
Yeah, Billy straddles, Donald raises, and then
there we go.
In the 3. Oh, Donald has a monster. That's one of my favorite hands. That's probably like my second favorite hand of PLO. It's the King Jack 10-9.
And Donald chooses not to repot it up. So we've got $215 in the pot. Flop comes out ace, queen, 9, rainbow suits. And Donald picks up about every bit of that he could, but Miss Debbie's got the winner right now.
Yeah, but he's.
But you see that she's got pair aces with the 8s, and she's only 53% to win because of all the backdoor draws that Donald has.
Yeah, really, her having those 2 8s is pretty big for blockers. For his Jack to.
She leads out, bets the pot. Donald looks like he repots it. He says all in 1.1 thousand. Debbie snap calls.
Yeah, she knows that. Which is easy.
Turn card 3, river card at 8. Set 8 wins it.
No, he has.
Oh, Jack straight, Queen High straight.
Yeah, Jack 10.
Oh, what another cooler for Miss Debbie! Holy cow!
It sucks because she has his main block. She has three of his eight like major.
She's got the ace, the king, and the 8.
Yeah.
All the way blockers. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's 2 back-to-back coolers. Would you have played that any different if you were her?
No, once you see the flop, there's already 250 in there. She only has like 300 left. Hence, the hands just play itself at that point.
Oh my gosh. Because the money's going to get in regardless.
Yeah. And that's just the nature of the beast of PLO. I mean, there's just a lot of spots. Neither side, unlike Hold'em, where usually one person made a big mistake, maybe pop. Most of the time, from what I've seen in PLO, is 2 or even 3 people get on and all the money, and no one actually made like an error. The game and the hands just dictated that was gonna happen.
Look at this. We've got a pot bet by Jackson in under the gun. Donald smooth calls. Debbie wakes up with double suited aces.
Wow.
Ace, ace, deuce, deuce, double suited. She's going to bet the pot again. Are the players going to think she's fuming?
I don't think the deuce the other deuce is deuce of spades, but Jackson's definitely gonna go post here.
I think it's a club.
Is it? Oh.
So we've got Jackson 4 bets it with ace king, and Debbie says all in 1,000. She rebought for 1,000. All of it's in the middle, and Jackson snap calls. Wow, that escalated quickly. And the flop runs out. Jack 6-4, king 7. Debbie's aces are gonna hold the lead. Wow.
That hand's really good in a vacuum, but I think it's a bit ambitious.
You think he overplayed his?
That was a mistake I made when I just started to play PLO. But getting in an ace high hand and like a 4-5 bet pre-flop situation is gonna be.
Because he potted it, Debbie repotted it. He 4-bet it.
In a game where people aren't really making a lot of crazy moves pre-flop, it's not gonna be that great because they're gonna have ace. They're just gonna have aces a lot.
All right, so we're on hand number 3 of PLO.
All right, looks like Jackson's button. Donald straddles under the gun. So far, not getting any of the graphics. Well-timed double up by Debbie. The deck finally gave her a break. Cocoa folds. They're having a bit of a problem scanning the cards. All right, he's gone. Jeremy calls a 10. Back to Big Taco. He mucks. Billy calls. Oh, Billy raises it. Billy makes it 60. It's got 10, 9, 9, 8 double suit. It's pretty good there, especially in position. I'm always a fan of those medium like hands. Cards like 7 through queen ish. They're just like really fun to play. Oh, okay. Wow, look at this. So Billy has a second nut straight. Debbie turns nut flush draw with nut straight blocker.
So she's all wired in there. So she's gonna bet it. Billy just instantly raises. She calls.
I like his play, making that small raise, just to identify if she has the ace 10. He gets to save money that way versus just calling.
He doesn't put himself in a spot to put more money in there when somebody could have ace 10.
He makes like the small raise, and then if she comes over the top, then he knows.
All right, so something you haven't seen here: when a player straddles, we can't show the straddle. The software, until we get our new table, the software doesn't allow it to show a straddle.
Gotcha.
So what they'll do is they'll say Debbie raises to $10, and then it'll fly around and we'll bring it back that way. So she has last action.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so hand number 4 of PLO, and that's what the majority of the players sit and wait for. And while Mr. Richard's shuffling up to deal, we'd like to tell you about our partnership with the World Poker Tour. So we have recently signed on with a partnership of the World Poker Tour in doing their steps programs. What it is we have 4 steps. Step 1 is our weekly tournaments. We have 2 weekly tournaments now on Tuesday and on Thursday. The Tuesday tournament being an $90 registration, the Thursday tournament being $195. 2 different buy-ins for those. For every 10% of players in there, 10 players, 19 players, we take 1 player to step 2. 21 players, we take 2 players to step 2. That is going to be a monthly tournament. You can bypass the weekly tournaments and buy in directly to the monthly tournaments for $300 and something. I don't know the exact price off the top of my head.
And what date is that going to be?
That's going to be April 30th is the first one.
Oh, okay.
So April 30th, Kojaks will be hosting Step 2. The winner of Step 2 advances to Step 3. Step 3 you cannot buy into. The only way to get into it is to win your way into it. So if you don't already have a seat into it, come out, Kojaks, try it, win a spot into Step 3. That's a semi-annual tournament. When that tournament's held, it'll be a 6-person tournament, 6 players at the table. The winner of that table gets a $12,000 package into the World Poker Tour. I think the first event is on a cruise ship. It's $10,000 entry and $2,000 traveling and accommodation for that. So come out and see us this Tuesday and this coming Thursday to win your seat into Step 2.
So what you're saying is it's going to be one winner basically each month, and then at the end of that 6 months, those guys play a 6-man.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
6 max is the way to go. So without even seeing a hand, Debbie raise 3 bets it, pulls in a pot $200, and she's making her way back up the leaderboard. Another $100, and she's even. That's one of the things that the poker players around here really like about Pot Limit Omaha is the ability to get unstuck with a click of a hand.
The pots are just so much bigger.
So Debbie's only down $500. Mr. Jackson's down $1,000 as we speak. Jeremy's up $870, and Donald's the next at $520. So it's crazy how fast you can go from stuck to unstuck.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, again, I've just delved into it, and yikes, the swings are.
So you have to. So in PLO, you have to be willing to take the swings because you're going to have up and down swings.
For sure. I've known people who are exclusive PLO play, great play, much better than me, probably better than I'll ever be in there. Like you can just do everything right I lose for like a couple of months, and I was like, I'll still go hold them. You know, I like going to bed most nights.
So we've seen MO from Jeremy, smooth call with big hands. We saw it with his pocket kings a while ago. Now we see it with aces with a nut flush draw with the clubs. Flop comes out king jack 10, queen jack 10. That's huge for Sterling. He's set 91% to win this hand, and it checks all the way around with a 6 on the turn. He gets the check mark. Nobody's drawn to a straight.
And the live from Jeremy with those aces is actually
saved him.
It's actually a pretty common move, since he really is just the connectivity with that hand is really just making it an ace.
Yeah, ace and ace only.
Yeah, I bet if he had like a 10 in his hand or something like that, maybe ace 10-9, 10-8, jack 10, he's probably raising. It could just hit way more flops.
So Jeremy's almost $1,000 up now, sitting at $2.4 thousand. We've got a straddle from Sterling. So how about Billy Ward winning the main event this year?
Yeah, I mean,
It
was inevitable. It was going to happen eventually.
It had to happen.
He's so good. I mean, it's really. I played with him a good bit, and I was like, wow. I'm like.
What about Braxton's run on final tables though? In the mains,
he has a I don't know.
He's got the magic potion to make it deep.
Braxton actually does play this tournament like very well. I know people say that he's just running good, but I try to pay attention. I mean, that's all I can do.
I mean,
I can afford not
you can
to,
say he's running good, but out of the last 5 tournaments, he's made 4 of the final tables. Yeah. You've got to not only run good, you've got to play. He plays cash so different from how he plays.
And a lot of people do, but yeah, for sure, you could tell he definitely takes pride in how where he finishes in the tournament. I think that.
How do you like
affects his
Jackson's hand?
approach. I actually,
I'm not a fan of four suits.
It's actually not four suits. Mono suit is not as bad as.
I meant suited for the same.
Yeah,
That's a $300 bet right there, and it just ships to Debbie.
Was it 300?
She threw out 3 black trying to bet the pot of 210. She said pot. She just threw out 3 black, and everybody insta fold to her. I'm not a fan of playing a flush in your hand.
Okay, it's like this, right? Okay, I originally thought that too, but it's like, would you have played this hand if there was no flush draw? Right. So it's like
Pre-flop. If I look down at 4 of them, I'm thinking there's 9 left in the deck. I see that as trouble.
But there's still so much value in like the connectivity of the cards, right?
King,
So
queen,
it's like,
10. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like if it's I don't know. I know. Again, I'm still learning, but I'm like, if I was gonna play this with none of them being suited, then I would play it with all of them.
I got you. So the value in them is both the same, and if you happen to run into 3 hearts on the board, you know you've got 4 of them.
Yeah. Now it puts you in a much better spot, right? If it flops like a couple of hearts, the ace high flush draw is like looking pretty slim, right? I was like, Kenzie option. Is in the game now?
It looks like Kenzie's in the game now. The game just got even liver. All these players are not afraid to put any amount of money in the pot. Look at that. Billy showing Kenzie how to read his cards.
Oh, is this his first time on the stream?
Yeah, this is his first time playing the stream.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Showing him how to do it. Not next stream, but the stream after, we should have our new table in. And there'll be no having to move cards around. There'll be none of that.
Let's see. Looks like he's having trouble reading a few of the hands. We see Sterling with double pair. Jackson with an interesting hand. Okay, right, a flop. Okay, cool. Yeah, Donald flops wheel. Not really much from anyone else. He's probably just gonna bet and take it down.
So 5 players pre-flop, $75 sitting in the pot.
Yeah, it's pretty tough for anyone else to like really do much here.
Donald's got every card that's needed right now. Ace 2-5.
No one else with a 5 in their hand, so
He's even got the back door in case it comes king queen on the turn and river.
He's got double backdoor flush draw too.
Oh,
just even if I'd almost be hoping that someone else had like.
Look at this. Debbie makes the call with the 67. Turn card comes a 6, which is a trouble card because that does pair her.
Yeah.
I think she does not call a pot bet here, but I think she does call a little bet. Check. River card a 10. Not much help. Enough help where she can get away from it.
She could. Well, I think she could bluff him off this.
So with the turn card being a 10, Donald's going to lead out with $125. Miss Debbie is thinking about it.
Yeah, not much you can do. After checking back the turn, you can't really rep the 5, the 7, right? The 7-5 or whatever.
So we have just gone live. We are on a 30-minute delay. That way, nothing funny can happen. So no players are allowed to have any type of electronics at the table. No headphones, no phones, no lights, no motor cars. Nothing electronic at the table. Billy with a pair of wired kings going to make the call. Jackson with ace. So we've seen this from Jackson before. The ace king jack 10. He bombed the heck out of it, and he's doing it again here. Ace queen 7-6, queen flush draw.
Yeah, the hand he had before was a lot better.
And the only one that calls that doesn't have a pair is going to be Big Taco. Big Taco's with King 10 9 3. Flop comes out 10 Deuce 6. Kings is still leading it. The Queen 10 by Miss Debbie's in trouble to the King 10 from Taco, but those are all in trouble to Billy's Kings. Welcome out to another lot.
Yeah, it's really tough for anyone to really feel too comfortable with this flop, but I kind of like Debbie's hand the most for if you're planning to get frisky. You know,
And
Oh,
microphone's back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, what a
Hopefully it was not off for that hand because that was some excellent commentary. And
What a-
I may have accidentally hit the button to turn that off. I
What-
apologize if I did.
What a hand for Jackson. I mean, especially given the situation that he's buried before this. Nightmare start for Kinsey.
Oh my goodness, nightmare. That was his second hand.
second hand.
And he wakes up with the best possible starting hand in Hold'em you can have.
Straddle, a raise, a bunch of calls in front of you.
Yes, he makes the straddle, not even looking at the cards. He's got a 3-bet right behind him to $45, and he looks down at aces, and that's every man, woman's dream in poker is to have aces. There's my favorite hand,
Yes. Let's see.
and it goes in the muck. That's
Let's
the
see if Jackson
guarantee.
knows. Let's see if he knows to play it. Oh my goodness.
He doesn't know that's my favorite
Yeah.
hand. Maybe we should go out there and tap him on the shoulder and let him know that that's the winner. And Donald wakes up with a real hand right behind him.
He suited.
Ace, king suited, and he's going to raise it up. $35. Miss Debbie looks down at ace 7 off. She's going to make the call. Action folds around. Jeremy sometimes gets bored and makes calls, but it's a playable hand. It's a suited connector. Jack 10 9 of diamonds comes out. That's a winner. But now that is the winner if it comes out Jack 10 9 of diamonds. But Billy's got the real suited connector for the diamonds. Flop comes out. Fireworks. 2 diamonds on the flop.
There you go.
5 6 7. Debbie picks up the open end. The only person who did not grab a piece of that is Donald, the initial raiser.
He's got backdoor spades.
Oh, he does have
Let's
backdoor
not
spades.
discount it.
Yeah, we can't count the chickens till they're hatched.
Just count the backdoor action. Man.
Debbie's going to lead out with $55. Jeremy makes the call. Billy goes all in for $1.8 thousand.
Billy he's not even gonna mess around with this.
No.
Yeah.
He says, y'all want to draw in my house? Draw with me and pay all your money.
It's like I don't care what you have. I have not diamonds. Let's run it.
Woo.
Oh man, he could have Jeremy calling off here and draw. It's super light.
He's saying, what are you doing there? I got such a good hand.
Jeremy, he might call because he has the gut. He has the gut shot, right? If he has like queen 10 of diamonds, he definitely folds. But it's alluring with that 8.
You've got $300 in the pot, and the bet's $1,800. You think he makes that? I don't think there's any way he could.
No.
WWDD. What would Dante do?
No, that's not usually the right. Hey, as when I talk with people about poker strategy, I'm like, hey, do as I say, not as I do, all right? Because I do some crazy stuff.
But we can see from your play here. Miss Tabitha, we sure will. We'll tell Jeremy, good luck. Go. Actually, I'm going to say go, baby, go, but he's going to look at me weird.
I think we need a few shots to be given around the table. Some of these hands might have played out a little bit differently.
Yeah, right? And also, later on in the night, those hands are always called right there.
Where it re-raise pre-flop first, and then that's what's great about a code. It could be the same player, same game, but it could be playing way different, just depending on how everyone's feeling that day.
So pardon the noise. I am replying to people in our chats. Replying in our chats, and we're on the next hand, and here we go again.
Oh, Taco's aces.
American Airlines is flying around the table tonight. We've got a 3-bet.
2
Up.
aces is enough to play. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Debbie makes the call. We are heads up. 10 deuce versus pocket aces, and 10 deuce is a hand that can bust them, and this could be trouble for Frankie. Frankie checks it.
He might check.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Debbie hits she hits the joint on the turn and leads out with $100. We saw Big Taco fold. Oh my goodness. He had the backdoor hearts but does not hit it. He makes the check and Debbie checks right behind him and she shows 10 deuce and he lets his pocket aces go.
Well played by Frankie. I mean,
Yeah,
recognizing how wet that board is and having the ace of hearts. You want to be able to realize the backdoor equity. You don't want to bet that flop and get raised and have to dump aces or put in a ton with aces on a 9-8-7 Right.
So chip count, Jeremy's still in the lead, but Billy's right there tied with him at 2,100. Jackson and Debbie both 19. Donald's 16. Sterling 15. Big Taco's 12. And we go on down. Keiko is still the short stack, but it won't be the short stack for long. Cards coming around. We're still on Hold'em. $5 on the button. Anybody can play this game. We've got a $10 straddle by Miss Debbie Hinton. She showed y'all how to play the Doyle Brunson last hand with 10 deuce up against aces. Showed them how to crack them. Keiko first act. He's going to let the 10 deuce go. Sterling right behind him. 10-7 is going to play it a little bit. He's in it to win it. He's going to raise it up to $35. Jackson looks down. He's got ace jack unsuited. He most likely will make this call. And he 3-bets it up to $90. Donald right behind him on the button looks down at ace queen suited. He makes the call. Miss Debbie's going to let go at 10-3 this time. So we've got Sterling, the initial raiser. He's going to call the $55. Three-way action. Ace-queen, ace-jack versus 10-7 suited. 10-7 suited. Flop comes out, and it's going to hit Sterling. He's got 4 diamonds. Flop comes out, 5 of diamonds, 4 diamonds, king of hearts. He's setting almost 50% to win the hand. Donald with high ace, high queen is in the lead at 45%. So once again, we've got 3-way action. Sterling, the initial raiser, flopped 4 diamonds. He's going to make the check. Jackson leads out with ace jack, and he forces the best hand, ace queen, to make the fold. So Jackson's now setting 53% to win. $125 bet. It looks like we've got a re-raise from Sterling.
I like this. I like this play a lot. This is a board that pre-flop raiser is going to stab a lot.
So 125 initial bet raised to 350. The pot's now setting at 755. So he bets half pot by that bet, right?
Yeah, it's really just you're just hoping that Jackson has it basically exactly like a hand like he does, and you're just going to take it down.
And I like Sterling's composure. Look at this. He looks strong at the table.
Yeah, he's not giving anything.
He looks like he may have ace king of diamond. I mean, heck, 10-7 may as well be ace king of diamonds. So here's a question before it happens. If Sterling was to, not Sterling, if Jackson was to push all in right here, Sterling has to call.
At this point, yeah, there's just too much money in a pot. Even if he has like it's like almost going to be around the right.
He's got 1/3 of his effective stack in there at 350. He's got 1,000 remaining behind. He would have had to made that call.
Yeah,
but he even shows it. He says, "Hey, look, I was drawn."
Yeah, he's trying to do that to show like I guess for later. Like,
I'm not afraid to put my money in drawing.
Hey, I got some.
That was a good move. Good show. It sets up because as a poker player, you're building a story, right? You're saying, I have this at this point, and right there, Sterling believed, hey, a pair of kings beats me at this point. I'm not going to draw to it. But he says, hey, your story's incomplete on me. But what he's, it's all about the behind the scenes. He's setting up a bluff for later now, isn't he?
No, he actually is just trying to get looser action. Really, he's definitely playing more on a tighter, conservative side. He's trying to show that so later on, people will. I think that's my theory.
I like it.
Yeah. Not much here from anyone. Billy opens the 7-4 hearts. Jackson calls, hijack, ace suits off. Donald with the king. Debbie puts in a 3. Pretty small sizing here. I like the idea. It's just
ace 10's a strong hand.
Everyone, the sizing is the thing. Everyone's probably just gonna call. Right? It's only 30 more.
She wants everybody in there at that point.
You think?
Excuse me.
I can't really see the flop. I see a jack.
So 6 jack 10 comes on the flop.
Oh, okay.
We haven't completed the action right here. As soon as that's completed, you will see it. Sometimes they get a little faster than he can keep up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Turn card comes out, and it looks to be a 5. 5 of spades is the turn card. So as we stand right now, Debbie's got the best hand.
Yeah.
And she's got the winner on the river with a 6 being. She's got 2 pair, 10s and 6s with an ace. You think she can get any? Oh, she's already flipped over and went check, check, check. It was a scary board. I mean, especially in no limit hold'em with these players who we know will play any 2 or any 4 cards. We know that's a scary board for when Miss Debbie's in the hand, and she is now your new chip leader. So Debbie Hinton sitting at $2,200, or as I like to call it, $2,200. Joining us in the booth right now is Mr. Mikey Lopez. What is going on, Lope to the Pez?
How are y'all doing today? I'm doing just fine.
We're doing
Dante,
great. Hey.
pleasure to see you in the booth,
Hey,
sir.
thanks.
I've been asking for a couple months to get in here.
Yeah, we need some more player commentary because it does change the dynamic. Charlie and I, and especially Chris Carter, try and do our best, but for somebody who plays as much as you, who analyzes on the fly as much as you do.
See, my whole reasoning for bringing him in here is to find out what he likes about their play and what he doesn't, and then to go sit at the table with him and do what he doesn't like, just to try to get under his skin a little bit. Dante's a really solid player at the table.
Absolutely.
I think I'm the only player in Kojak's that's up on him lifetime.
Probably.
Ooh, there's a couple still. No. He's definitely.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's one of those impossible players.
Yeah.
The check range master.
The check range master. He's the one who showed me that not only can you do it, but you can do it every hand.
It's crazy.
There's nothing wrong with it.
And I'm like, he can't have it again, and I look him up, and it's.
And there it is.
And he has it.
Yeah.
He seems to have it every time.
Every time.
All right, everyone has a bunch of garbage.
So
Pulls up to Kakoa on the button with 2 4s.
So Mikey, already just to catch you up, we've seen aces are no good. Aces are no good. So Frankie's pocket aces lost to Miss Debbie's 10 deuce. She flopped an open-ended and completed the straight on the turn. And we saw Kenzie's second hand he played with pocket aces. Under the gun, he straddled, didn't even see him. And it was raised by Jackson in seat 3, seat 4. Comes back to Kenzie, he re-raises. Aces versus king queen. Flop comes out 7 queen queen. Turn card queen to give Jackson quads.
Oh, and the boat for poor Kenzie.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty gross.
That's disgusting. You think you got bailed out by the turn?
Second hand, you're in.
That's disgusting. Well, guys, I just want to make sure everything was going all right in here.
It's rolling, and it's rolling good.
Oh, we've got a move going on by Mr. Jeremy.
Finally.
So the last time Jeremy played the live stream, he won huge. And I'm curious to see what happens here because Keikoa bought in short. He bought him with 500, the table minimum. And he's not going to play soft. And look, he makes the call. He
He re-raised all in.
Oh, my goodness.
What a read by Keikoa. This is
gonna be a lot.
This is interesting from Jeremy. This is kind of why I don't really mess around against people with shorter stacks.
We'll see if he likes his odds here. He's a pretty big dog, coming in with only 17% with the 3 deuce of clubs. But
is he?
He's thinking. He's hoping.
He's hoping he has a big pair.
He's hoping he has like an ace queen. Type in or something. If he calls and sees this, he's gonna be.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna make the call, and Keikoa is gonna love to see this.
Absolutely.
How do you gotta?
Oh my gosh, he's gonna love to see this.
4 bet all in on pocket 4s, and you have 2 overs.
In what world does that happen? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Keikoa is if Jeremy calls, he's thinking he's got to have an ace jack. King 10, something marginal. Definitely overs.
Even king, you'd rather see like
kings because that's one of the straight draw calls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He has the 4.
If he makes this call, he's putting Keikoa on an ace king, and being short stacked, that's the exact move that Keikoa should make at this point with ace king. Being 3-bet, Jeremy's very good with analytics, and he's putting the story together, and he's hoping he has ace king or kings.
We'll see what he decides to do.
Oh, he's gonna I want to see the call. Oh, he lets it go.
Left his kids in the street.
Oh, I wish we could have. He he would have been grateful if everybody would have seen the cards. Keiko would have been begging for that, having pocket fours with 2 overs.
Yeah, he's probably happy with the fold.
Of
Yes.
course. You think you're like, okay, sweet. We'll just take the chips.
Well, alrighty, guys. I just want to make sure y'all were all set, and thanks for commentating, Dante.
All right, we'll see you in just a few.
All right, Charlie's out of the booth for a bit. Okay, we have Jackson opening the King 10 off from, was it +3? A couple folds, couple folds. Sterling's on the button. King Jack. He's going to take that off, of course. And Jeremy defends the straddle, 9-5 of hearts. Let's see, Ace-7, Deuce, 7 of hearts. Jeremy has a couple backdoor draws here. Not really much for anyone. Let's see, a flop checks through. Jeremy turns a 5.
I like the King Jack.
Jackson takes a stab here. It's a pretty good spot, right? You can rep like 8s or something like that. It looks like Jackson's getting back into a groove, after a pretty rough start. Finding ways to get some chips without big hands. I'm a huge fan of that. There we go. Billy mucks the Queen 7. Kenzie, 2 queens. Let's see if he can win with a premium hand this time. 35, Jackson calls the Jack 9 suited, folds around. And it might go head, looks like it's gonna go heads up here. Flops 10-7, 3. Oh no, Taco defense. Kinsey bets 65. Jackson's gonna take one off with the gut shot to the 8. Turn. Oh, interesting turn card here. Gives Jackson's gonna turn a double gutter. Guess Kinsey slows down on a king. The River King he likes that a lot. It's gonna go bet forward for sure. And I believe, is this the first hand of, are we switching games? Is this Omaha? Yeah. We need them to change the graphics. There we go. Now we can pick up 4. Alright, so we got a raise from Billy out of the gun. Still haven't picked up his cards yet. Kenzie Bucks. Jackson's defending. Sweating. He's getting nervous, I guess. I don't know. Alright. A few interesting hands here. Oh, Kakoa picks up a monster hand. Just decides to flat here. I definitely prefer the 3-bet with that one. And we're going to take a flop. Does anyone else want to call? Does anyone watching the stream want to call? Oh, yeah. Okay, so looks like Kakao is the only one with a Jack 10. Taco and Donald both have the respective blockers for this. There's no flush draw. Um, it's gonna be interesting depending on what the turn is. All right. Billy calls with he has his double backdoor flush draw. It's probably gonna check up to Kakoa, I would bet, and then he's gonna pop this. Oh, Donald fires again with the blockers. I guess he's expecting most other if someone has Jack 10 to raise that flop, but I've noticed a lot of people will just decide to just take one off with a straight, and then decide to get in the majority of the money on the turn when it's comes out clean, which is probably what he's going to be doing. Kako's going to do here. He's probably going to just pot this all in and then take it down. Yeah. Well played. Yeah, I think it's only the third hand he's played, but he's won all of them. So it's that discipline. He is. I mean, I know Kako's he's a hunter, so I know he has no problem waiting for a good spot. All right, let's see. Kenzie, he's probably gonna dump this. Jackson raises. Donald puts up pretty good hand. He's Queen 10-5. Debbie has pocket ace with the 2 runners and a suit. And then the entire table calls behind with an assortment of hands. This will be pretty interesting. Let's see. All right, flop comes out. Flop is 9 high. Blue is 2 spades. Taco has top set. See, are there any flush draws out there? Billy has queen has. Oh. Oh, Jeremy has the king high spades. Okay. And the other kings are gone. Looks like Jackson is gonna peel with straight draw. Interesting. Debbie having this eights. They're kind of getting in each other's way as far as those hands, those outs. Pretty good spot for Jeremy. All that money in there with effectively enough flush draw. Taco's just looking for a break here. Oh, wow! That's a wow! What a card there. Giving Jeremy a flush and Debbie now making a set as well. Seems pretty interesting. And Taco just is it's unfazed by the spades. Just sort of lower his shoulder and just power on through. This might get through. Jeremy could give him credit for having ace high spades. Taco's been pretty conservative So it'd be pretty tough to put him on just having a set and just deciding to barrel through this turn. You don't see that often. I think Jeremy's gonna fold here. It's really, really tough for him to, to think he could have the best hand. Impossible that he would think that they have these two hands. And Frankie will be very delighted to see she has a worse set. Gonna take down a nice pot, and Jeremy has to be steamed. Jeremy has to be steamed a little bit. Man, turning the flush there,
Oh my gosh!
and being up
upset.
against two sets. Well, actually, it was much more interesting. Jeremy was in there with the king eye spades on the turn, and Frankie just powered through, unfazed by the spades. And Debbie calls, and Jeremy, he folds king. I would have folded his hand in exactly his spot. There's no way I could think that it goes pot call.
So we're on hand number 28.
Yeah. And when he sees the showdown, I'm sure he's losing his mind now. He's like, oh my goodness, they're basically drawing dead, or they have all each other's at.
Right. They were drawing to the outs that the other held.
Yeah, he basically has two people drawing dead, going to the rivets, and folded. That's painful. That's a real painful spot.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Some interesting hands. I really like Sterling's hand. I'm just a big fan of those three, three connected cards.
So welcome to Kojak's. $10 straddle gets, or $15 pot bet gets 6 people in the pot. $90 set in the pot. Flop comes out. King of spades, 4 of spades, 5 of clubs. Big taco flopping king 5.
Oh yeah, top 2.
Miss Debbie setting at 1% to win this.
Hey, it's above 0.
That's you still got a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Jackson leads out with a $70 bet. Bets the pot. Debbie makes the call. Sterling makes the call. Action's now on Big Taco with 2 pair. He's gonna make Kinsey fold. So now we're 5. So only at Kojak's. Pot bet 6 callers. Pot bet 5 callers.
Billy has some bad intentions on this one. He's hoping the spade comes in so he can rep. It, and that's why I would really prefer with Jackson's hand or Sterling's hand. To put in that 3-bet pre.
6 of hearts on the turn. Big Taco picks up 3 pair. 3 pair is always a winner, except in PLO it's setting at 50%. And with a 7 of spades on the river, Sterling picks up the jack high flush. Now will Billy represent that? Sterling leads out with $100.
So it looks like Debbie bet here. It's
Debbie bet the 100. Okay, I got you.
It's a bit ambitious.
And
there's so many people.
Kelly pushes up the 3 spades, and Sterling's going to pull in a beautiful $640 pot. Oh, I love PLO. I wish I had a bigger poker bankroll so I could play it, but
me too. It's the reason I don't have a bigger. I have a bigger poker bankroll is because of PLO. It is fun.
Man, I mean, you're always alive in it.
Yeah, almost.
Very seldom are you drawn just completely dead, except
that's the great part and the
terrible part
that gets you destroyed. Right, you always have too much hope can get you in trouble.
lately I've been hearing that there's some really good PLO action also going on up in Lubbock at West Texas Card House. They've had some very juicy PLO games up there too. So
I wouldn't know about that. There's only one card room that I recognize.
Touche.
It's Kodak's.
He got a pat on the back for that. Kudos. Thank you, Dante.
I mean, it's just the truth. I mean,
Appreciate that. So here we go. We got a straddle to $10. We got a call. Got some birds out in the house. Call. I like Billy's hand.
Billy's
97.63.
hand, me too. Billy's
and
hand
Billy likes Billy's hand.
I love putting in the 3-bet. It's gonna play. It's gonna sneak up. If it connects, it's gonna sneak up on him. He might be able to bluff some.
I don't even think he's gonna get a call.
Some ace high boards too.
I don't even think he's gonna get a call.
No. There were a couple hands that maybe he could have called, but fake's not hard with that.
And just like that, the hand's over. So that's all you got to do is 3-bet with 97.63.
That's a good hand, man. 4-5 comes 4-5, 4-8.
Yeah, 4-5-8. That's what you're looking for.
8-5.
So Keiko did he add on or did he win? He won that.
Yeah, he won another pot. It was very efficient session for Keiko. But I think he's played 3 hands. He's won all 3 of them. So,
nothing as good as that pocket fours versus 3 deuce.
yeah.
Jack 10 9 of diamonds comes out. Woo! Hey, how you doing, Charlie?
Yeah.
Keikoa looks down. Jack 10 7-3.
Check 7-3.
$10 to make the call,
And that's
and he folds it.
it's a good fold by him. You could tell he's definitely he's been in the lab a little bit. That's one of the trap hands that get newer players a lot.
Jeremy looked down at Jack 888 and he lets it go. Billy's got a good hand.
Hell yeah.
He's got the Broadway draw, the will draw, and pocket kings.
The spades. Yeah. Let's see. Donald's got some queens. There's no queens. There's no queens left really. So he has 7-5 of hearts.
He doesn't know that he's that dead. Otherwise, he would not have called that $40.
That's kind of the issue.
2%?
And PLOs. You almost block your own possibilities, right? Because like if you have 2 of the same card in your hand, they can't assist each other on the board without making a set. The set is the only goal, right?
Right.
It's the only way you can improve.
2 clubs on the flop. Nobody's holding clubs, but we've got. Do we have a 5-7? Debbie's got the wrap around the open-ended.
Yeah. And so
Taco's looking for a 7.
Someone might go to.
Donald went from 2% to 33% with that 3 on the turn.
Yeah.
His 5-7's looking very pretty now. And his queens are in second place to the kings, the ace of Donald. We had a bet, so we misbet, so they had to back it up. Billy bet $190.
Gotcha.
Miss Debbie makes the call. The river comes a 7 to give Debbie 2 pair, the winner.
Right.
But can Billy bet her off of it?
I wonder if he.
Actions on Debbie first.
Oh, man. I don't think he will.
Check. He did not try. She's going to show 67 for the winner.
He's
And
thinking she has
look at this.
straight draws, flush draws, everything gets there.
Billy says, my ace was good.
Yeah, that's one of the worst cards in the deck for him. Really.
You know, win, lose, or draw, Billy's one of those players that never shows emotion when he loses. He shows just as much emotion as when he wins. He's not a sore loser.
Yeah.
He's not a sore winner either, because we have some players that are, when they win, they like to gloat. And no names named, but when they win, they like to gloat. But Billy's one of those melancholy players that he smiles when he wins and he smiles when he loses. His smile when he loses is more of a, you called with that smile? But he never says it.
I mean, that's good for him, right? It's get to focus on the next hand. Right? That's all you can do in this game.
You like Keikoa's hand? King 5-4-3?
No, I don't. I think he's gonna fold too.
He's been studying up on some PLO.
Yeah, it really doesn't play very well.
Jeremy's going to make the call. Yes, he does. King 4 of spades, 9-8 connected.
Yeah, Jeremy's getting a little. He's getting a little antsy. He wants to see some flops here.
Hello, hello.
Oh, wow.
We got Mikey in the booth for a little bit.
And Billy just limps this really real premium. I mean, this is the textbook dream aces.
Wow. Yeah, that's
The aces, jack 10, double suited. That's like
that's
this B hand that
that's
you
B
just want
hand.
to see.
absolutely.
And it worked out. He got the razor front.
Ace 9, 7, 6 double suited for Jackson. Debbie's there with pocket queens, 8-5, and Jeremy with king 9, 8-4, also double suited. Here comes the 3-bet from Billy, 185. And a couple quick calls.
Jeremy's gonna dump this for sure. Yeah.
So we'll see what develops here on the flop. I'm sure y'all have done enough talking about how Billy's a great player, but this just goes to show you he's definitely still a very solid player.
Oh man.
Looks like the action's backing up a little bit, but oh, there it is.
Great
Queen
flop.
10-5.
Great flop for everyone except Billy. Top set for Debbie, and Jackson makes a nut flush draw with a couple backdoor straight draws.
Absolutely. And this bet from Billy's not going to get anyone off of anything, and it's going to go all in Jackson, all in Debbie, all in Billy. 10's going to roll off on the turn,
She's got it sewn up.
turning both of them
Wow,
dead.
Debbie, back from the depths of darkness. And now she's crushing the game.
An amazing triple up from Miss Debbie.
I think she just wanted to spot him a few points at the beginning.
Absolutely, you've got to plant the seed of doubt in in everybody, and then just rip a huge pot. My lord, that is going to be a nearly an over $4,000 pot shipped all the way to Miss Debbie. And sometimes our stack sizes can be a bit off, so there might be some side action, but I don't believe so. It looks like they both just mucked their cards and are gonna be giving their chips to Miss Debbie.
Yeah, I do think she had everyone covered. Maybe Billy had a little bit more because he won a couple of small pots.
It looks like
recently.
Billy had at least a bit behind. And I'm not sure about Jackson.
Jackson, she definitely covered Jackson.
There you go. That'll do it. Good night. So well done for Miss Debbie. I mean, that's all you can hope for with a hand that she had is just put a queen out there. And a clean run out too. I mean, more than clean. She hit exactly what she needed
dream
to.
card on the turn.
Absolutely.
Play the board. It's over. I mean, Billy he's got the case 10 right there.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there's no coming back from a turned boat. Well done, Miss Debbie. Another look at the chip count. That's going to put her at 4,000, absolutely dominating over everybody else at the table. Nearly double the stack size of anybody else. I imagine Billy's going to add on, and we'll see how much Jackson gets back in for. If he does decide to get back in, he might just try and ride this short stack out and maybe get a couple double ups. Another Omaha hand.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the beast of Omaha. I mean, you could, send you from the penthouse to the poorhouse, or vice versa, really quick.
Absolutely. I was reading an article the other day actually about, and it was just an introductory thing for Hold'em players seeking to get into Omaha, and it talks about the best starting hands and things like that, and it just says, however, we have these lists of starting hands that can get you in great spots. This is by far a swingier game than regular Hold'em by a wide margin.
It's just the you just never really have anyone that crush usually.
Absolutely,
that's getting the money in.
That's exactly what it said. It's still it had to advise that it's always still profitable to raise pre and get your money in the middle whenever you have a slight percentage advantage, but it's still just going to be a slight percentage advantage.
Be a lot more times. It's going to be 5, 10, 15 having 15% in Omaha is like pretty huge, you know.
Yes.
Hold'em, you get in spots where you're 70, 30.
Absolutely.
80,
I mean,
20.
we saw an 83 or 82 to 18% earlier.
Yeah.
So you can really have somebody to be an absolute dog, but in Omaha, I mean, look at these percentages. Frankie's got a great hand with ace, king, queen, nine.
Idiots nut clubs here.
There it is. Right on. Jackson's just gonna unload and probably add on after that big hit he took from Debbie. It's a bet from him of $60. Debbie's gonna call. Frankie, Billy, and Kenzie all along for the ride. I mean, this is with 3 clubs out there. You think some people would be more scared, but
I guess it's only $60, right? So anyone can turn anything.
absolutely. That $60 bet called by all 5 players. That's going to bring this pot up to $780. On the turn, we see a 3 of hearts. 3 of hearts not going to change too much. However,
Great card for Jackson.
yeah, absolutely. Great card for Jackson.
But probably, I mean, best card he could have seen, really.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna hold.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gonna take this down.
That is a healthy.
Getting called in 4 spots.
That is a healthy pot to be winning as a short stacked player.
Oh yeah, that's a dream.
Absolutely. It looks like we're counting the pot. I think somebody might have potted it. It might have been Kenzie.
I don't really understand that if he does because
Maybe it was a check.
There's
and-
no side pot, right? So
No,
it's
no, a non-existent side pot. It was. I think Debbie potted it. Wow.
I definitely like a bet from her, a small bet or something.
780 going in the middle. That's gonna probably that's gonna get everybody to fold. Jackson's gonna show the goods, and Miss Debbie's gonna take back her 780. All that money in the middle is gonna go straight to Jackson. Well done. You know, I just came in at about 8:30, but there was already plenty of talk back there about a huge pot that had just happened. It might have been a couple of those aces hands that y'all were talking about.
Yeah, I know that at the second hand, Kenzie sat down. He picked up aces in the straddle situation.
Ooh.
There's a raise, about 3 or 4 calls in front, 3 bets, and then that's what.
Jackson hit the quad
Yeah,
queens. Absolutely.
After that, it's all she
Gruesome.
wrote. For the most part, I think this one's been pretty tame.
Mm-hmm.
No one's really gotten way out of line, you know.
There was that 3 bet from Jeremy with the 3 deuce, but obviously he
Yeah.
had to fold. But it was
He just
still
lost, like,
still
what,
well
like
played.
130 $130 on that.
No doubt. What's up, Mr.
Don't
Charlie?
talk too quiet.
Oh, yeah, true.
Everybody's used to me getting excited and jumping up and down. Look at this, Jackson's got king, queen of diamonds.
We just saw
King
Debbie
Queen
take down a huge pot.
Bluffer.
Not at all.
No,
Not at all. She hit top
3-way all
set.
in.
Top set on the flop, 3-way all in, and she turns a boat.
What is this 4K?
That's yes, sir.
Yeah.
She,
Who was it against?
Billy and Jackson.
Billy's got $102 effective.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh my
sir.
gosh.
It was a brutal hand that Debbie just swept up. But right here we've got lots of checking. Debbie's got almost all the equity.
Billy's got 2 pair. And he's setting 8% to win. Debbie's got everything.
Everything.
She's got the straight.
She
She's got-
she flopped the straight and she's got outs to bigger ones.
Oh my goodness. And the check mark comes. We don't even need a river card to see the winner. It just
No,
gives
no.
her a bigger straight.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Check from Jackson. Jackson had maybe $150 or so left after Debbie decimated his stack, and then he went on to win a quintuple up. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
he got
had
called, but he got
$60
called.
post flop, got it in on the flop, got 4 calls and held on.
Held on for dear life. Another quick look at the chip counts, and you'll see Debbie's just.
It says Billy's got
stacking
$102,
away.
but I see some more in front
Yeah,
of me.
he definitely added on. We saw him pull out.
A couple bills.
So the buy-in for this game was $1,500 to $2,000 because I wanted to see some play. That was the thoughts behind it, and I wanted to unlock the door for some people who didn't want to. Because usually when we hold this game, it's a 5,000 max, and almost everybody buys in for 5,000. Well, me with my $1,000 is not going to play against 5,000. That's bad
math.
Yeah, bad math for me. So the original plan behind this one was to lower it down a little bit and allow the people that want to play, give it a shot. And now that we see the stacks growing, we still allowed the 70% max buy. So now that's probably what Billy did with 70% of that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something close to it, right?
Yeah, because I think those are either $5 tip chips or
They look like baby blues.
they could be $500.
And it looks like 5 of them, so that's $2,500. So it looks like he bought in for
About
$2,900.
$3K, yeah.
Which is round about 70% of the big one.
Absolutely.
Welcome out to Kojak's Live. We're a pot bet gets you 4 callers, 5 people in the pot, $285 with a flop of 7 deuce 9. That hits Jackson in the face with trip deuces.
Absolutely.
Flops a set, bets a little under half the pot, 235, 150, yeah, a little under half the pot. Debbie's gonna make the call with the pocket queens.
I imagine Kenzie might call. He's got a gutter plus a couple backdoor options, a backdoor king high flush if some more diamonds come. However, a 7 comes out, giving Jackson the boat. 2's full of 7s.
There's 1 queen left out for Debbie to hit.
Absolutely. So we'll see if she can get lucky again with her queen.
Yeah, that's why she's not dead yet. But Jackson's not going to make it easy for Debbie to see the 1 queen left in the deck as he bets. It looks like the pot.
Just about. Yeah, he might have just shoved all in, which was a little under pot.
At 510.
And that's going to scoop him another one.
One thing I would like to see going forward is a rabbit card. That would be a fun card for us to have here at Kojak's, would be a rabbit card.
Oh, Lord. The problem with rabbit hunting is everybody wants to once you let them.
Well, no, we're only you can see on the live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Where we can see at home what was coming. I think that would be a good thing.
That would be beautiful.
Now in the box is one of our bubbliest dealers, Miss Crystal with her hair put up. She chunks cards with the best of them.
Absolutely. We're back over to Hold'em where Billy's put out the straddle to 10. He's going to be satisfied, or we'll see if he gets some 3-bet action whenever he looks down at 7-5. Kenzie's going to call with King 9 off. Jackson folds. Looks like Mr. Don Nold raises with the 10-9 of diamonds. Beautiful hand. Debbie's going to get out of the way.
Ooh.
As our...
Oh, somebody was not at the table. Jeremy was not at the table, and he just folded pocket kings.
Oh,
That's
He had pocket
brutal.
kings.
oh,
Oh.
what a bad time.
Somebody folded 7 deuce also. I think it was Sterling had 7 deuce.
You can't fold the hammer.
Yeah, he folded the hammer.
Oh, no.
Don's going to pick up a top pair with a 9 kicker. He's going to C-bet that flop, and it's going to get called by Billy, who also had middle pair, a 7. Another club comes out. Not too much help for Billy. We'll see if he's going to get froggy at all. Thank you, Mr. Charlie.
All right, Charlie, peace.
So that's going to be another little pot for Mr. Don. Well played by him. Love to see hands like 10-9 of diamonds getting raised. A player who knows just how strong that hand can be.
One of my favorites for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And like they say, poker is so much about timing, and Jeremy just...
God, that's brutal, especially in a game like this whenever rockets can go off at a moment's notice. I mean, with Don flopping top pair there, he might have not gotten as paid as much as another hand, but still, would have been a payday.
Yeah, it would have made a little something. For sure.
Absolutely, Absolutely. We got another straddle from Kenzie, making it 10 to go. Jackson's going to get out of the way. We'll see if Don picks up another hand that he can play. Pocket fives. Limpable. How do you like a limp of a small pair like that in a game like this?
It kind of depends
Yeah.
where I'm at and how deep the stacks are. At this, probably earlier in the game, I might have limped, but now everyone's got a decent sized stack. So I like to raise, just because when you flop a set, it's gonna be way easier to get the stack in when it's a raised pot.
Absolutely. Somebody did do the raising for him. I think it was Frankie with the ace 10. Flop comes 8 deuce of clubs with a 6 of hearts. That's not going to be help to many people except for Mr. Kinsey, who gets just notched above Don here. We'll see if
Checks through and Chaco drills the ace. He's just going to take us down probably.
Absolutely. Nice hand for Big Taco. Looks like a lot of... I think Billy ordered pizza. That might have just vacated the table as everybody went to grab a bite to eat. Here's another look at the chip count. You can see Debbie still just leagues ahead all the other players at the table. Gotta love it whenever Debbie's got a big stack. That's always healthy for the game, healthy for everybody, including her. Love to see Miss Debbie winning a big pot like she did.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Dante, did you happen to play any of our events that we had?
I played almost all of them. Unfortunately. I never even doubled the starting stack.
Oh,
in any of them.
Wow. Just a brutal run.
It was an expensive. That combined with the crypto crash, it was an expensive week. You know.
Well, I know you're what I like to call a cash game specialist. So hopefully in the coming weeks we'll have some decent tables for you to pick it back up.
For sure, tournaments are fun, but cash game is always going to be where my heart.
Absolutely, cash game's the wife, and tournaments just the side lady that you visit every once in a often. Yeah. You know. Right here we've got Debbie and Billy battling it out. Ace deuce, ace 3. Let's see, Billy's going to make a sizable bet on the flop, and Debbie's going nowhere.
Of course not.
Nowhere. I mean, she's got the nut flush. Does she have a club and a spade or 2 spades? I think that's 2 spades, so she's got about nothing now. They're scheduled for a chop here.
I feel like she might lead this really.
Yeah, I went check on the turn as well. We'll see.
You can get them off of bigger ace highs.
Ace high.
Yeah,
well done, those two have played a number of pots together, so I'm not surprised.
Both sides played harder.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. If I would love for Billy to come into the booth and address this with me, because Billy's a great player. I'll never discredit that from him, but my Lord, does he run pure against me. Anytime we've ever played together, and I haven't played very, very often, but whenever I decide to sit at the table and Billy's there, I mean, he's set over setted me. He's ace high flush over king high flush me before. Just anything he needs, he gets. And so, in combination with him being...
That's what I have an old friend, he said, that's clean living. That's clean living. in those clutch spots when they just happen.
And it'd be a different story if he was anybody else, but because it's Billy and he plays so well and he has such a knack for looking so weak and he's bluffing. He's got to be bluffing this time. He's got to be bluffing, and I've got such a good... No, Billy's got it, but... Love playing with Billy.
Sometimes you just gotta tip your cap,
Absolutely.
Pull out the notepad.
Man.
I try to take some notes, pick up some stuff anytime.
Debbie's gonna raise it up with Queen Jack offsuit. Keikoa's in there with 9-7 of clubs. Sterling's in there with 9-8 of diamonds. We'll see if Big Taco decides to play. I don't see him playing. Billy's gonna fold A7, knowing that there's probably a couple aces out there. However, he's gonna make a pretty big fold, but we'll see. Right here, Debbie's still in the lead, depending on what Mr. Don does. He's got 5-4. He might feel a little froggy. He's just going to make the call.
Pretty good spot. Debbie going post 5 ways with Queen High having the best hand.
Instantly
Somehow,
decimated.
even though they're all sharing cards, they still
6-5 deuce on the flop. That's going to give Don 48% to win this one. He's going to have to lead out here. Total of 80 or 75? About 90. We'll see if Miss Debbie's going to stick around. I don't think she's going anywhere. There she goes with the call. Quick, cheeky back and forth between them. We'll see if Kikoa decides to look up a gutter. Does not. Sterling, yeah, as you said, Sterling, Jackson, and Kikoa, they all have their exact outs. But now that he's the last one in there with it, he's going to look up
I
that
expected
gutter.
Jackson to peel. He likes to. He likes to make some moves.
Absolutely, absolutely. He does make the call, and a 10 of hearts comes on the turn. That's going to keep Don in the lead. He's going to slow down and check his option. Checks all the way around.
Oh, I was sure Jackson was going to bet that card. It's a really good card for him to rep.
Absolutely. And now he's picked up the check mark with the 9.
River's the best hand.
We'll see if Don is going to lead out again. It might cost him because Jackson's a great player, and I think it's pretty safe to know that you've got the best hand whenever that 9 peels
Not
off.
sure what
Snap call.
Why Donald's betting there? What it's accomplishing?
Yeah, it's an odd bet because you lost your representation of any sort of overpair. Or I mean, obviously, with Debbie raising, there could have been a move on the turn or even on the flop, a raise to whatever Don had bet. But that 250 bet just seemed like a polarizing. But once Jackson rivers that 9, it's a pretty auto call sort of spot. He's back up to 1.9K after having been called in 5 spots to his all-in to get doubled up on a PLO hand with just a straight. So he's coming back up with a vengeance. Looks like Miss Debbie went in with the $10 straddle. Kikoa is going to get out of the way. And we'll see if anybody else picks something up to play with. Jeremy with the Queen 9 off. Billy's away from the table to not witness the 5 deuce.
Yeah, not much for anyone.
No.
He might just fold through. Yeah.
Oh, but no, but you forgot. Kenzie's got 4 deuce, so obviously there's a raise to 60, and Debbie's going nowhere with King 5.
He was waiting on, I guess.
So here comes the flop between Kenzie and Debbie. Heads up, ace 7, ace. Goes check from Miss Debbie. Bet at $50 from Kenzie. Looks and smells like maybe an ace or even a 8, 7, 9, something like that. And it's gonna get him a quick little pot. Now I see that it's reading blinds of 10. We are playing a 5 on the button. However, almost every player is straddling, so it really does become about a 5-10 game, which. Whenever we get new players, I always have to at first explain, if you're going to play cash, we don't play cash like anywhere else in the world. We play cash with 5 on the button. Their next question, obviously, is, what's it play like? Is it a 1-2? Is it a 2-5? I say, it depends. It's a wide range. In the beginning of the night, with a typical 5 on the button crowd, it'll play like a 2-5. It's around in that range. But once you get hour and a half, 2 hours deep into that game, and if you get the right players, it plays. I mean, it'll play like a 10-25 some nights.
That's why I love it. It just gets infinitely bigger.
Absolutely.
And there's been several sessions where I've been absolutely buried. But the nature of the game is that it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can snap off 1 pot in the closing minutes, and
it's your whole week. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not, having never worked in anywhere other than Kojak's, at least in the poker scene, and not knowing too much. Something that I've theorized before is the fact that in Texas poker, there is no rake of the pots, and most players play until they're felted or the night's over.
Mm-hmm.
And so stacks go up. There's almost no filter of them. They just rise and get bigger. And
True. It definitely, having played most of my poker in raked like card rooms or casinos,
sure.
I definitely noticed a difference. When they're taking out the $2 to $7
It adds
out of
up.
every hand.
It really adds up.
That's money that's coming off the table. So
Mm-hmm.
you double up again. This guy stacks you. It's really exponential. I love the fact that we just pay the time separately, completely separate from the money.
Absolutely. And
the money that's on the table is like a fixed number, and it's there.
It's
And
untouched.
you add to it when people add on, or subtract and cash out, and that's it.
Absolutely. And you can, and as a player, as yourself, who does track those sort of things, it really, it's astronomical to know what's on the table, who has what, and how much can I win at any given spot, instead of having a slowly upwards or downwards trajectory. Those stacks go up, and here we've got a raise.
I really like this 3-bet from Debbie. I like playing this hand like this.
It's beautiful.
You can get some. So you can actually get some better aces to fold out.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you can
Three.
flop an ace, and somebody's sitting there with an ace 10, even an ace jack. Whenever you put that 3-bet in, it's looking so strong.
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on them.
Here we've got Jack 10 from Sterling and King Deuce from Don, both holding each other's spades rather. Debbie is going to flop this ace, and that might actually kill some of her action. Oh, she did not flop an ace. Queen 8-3 might have been that burn card.
Yeah.
Might have been an helpful burn card. Yeah, they should. But a Queen 8-3 is going to be the flop, and it's still going to be bet from Miss Debbie.
I think Sterling's going to take one off. Yeah, for sure.
He's got lots of great cards for him. However, the 3 of clubs is not one of them. This pot's already up to 450, and it's going to check through. Debbie's going to earn that check mark on the river when the deuce of diamonds comes out. We'll see if Sterling gets froggy and can steal this.
Great run out for her.
Yeah, it's just going to go check, and I think... so she did check and then shows the ace 7.
Mm-hmm.
Ace high's going to take it down. Well played by Miss Debbie. As you said, there were a lot of hands.
The game rewards aggression, right?
100%.
If you're leaning towards one way or the other, play the hand aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to work out better for you.
I had to learn that one the hardest way imaginable. Whenever I get in there and I try and get cheeky and limp with kings and just get decimated by a 5-3 who's like, I mean, it's my pot odds are great right now.
It's really not that bad to trap with premium hands. Where it really gets you in trouble is when you play passively with the medium strength hands, because that's going to invite so many more players into the pot. You're going to it's a lot more guesswork. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to end up folding the best hand a lot or paying off way too much when you're doing a lot of limping and calling.
Mm-hmm.
And you're really only allowing yourself to win the hand one way, right? Just making the best hand.
Mm-hmm. Which, as you can see, is pretty damn impossible unless you're Miss Debbie Hinton.
Yeah.
She's going to get another check mark on the river with another ace. And Billy might have paid some money there. Not too much, and she probably knew that with all the checking she did, but she's going to make another great hand.
Another one.
Another one and another one.
Yeah.
She's just going up and up in this game. But as you said, I only get to play so much. I really do wish I got to play more, especially for times like this, because even from a dealer perspective, it can be very. It's almost a fun game that I think really every dealer plays, where you're putting the entire table on hands from the start of the hand till the end, and
sure.
maybe other more seasoned dealers who have been doing it longer than I have. It's an old hat game, but for somebody who enjoys the game like myself, it's great and fun to be able to be in the action without paying $1. without, and
well, it's what's funny is as much as I play poker, I'm actually more of like a poker like nerd, like a fan of like the concepts and the strategy of the game. And so I actually get more like enjoyment. Even though I'm getting money from it.
Sure,
like,
sure. Getting money is always nice.
Watching really interesting hands and like talking about them.
Because I interact with a lot of people who still think that what I do is illegal. They have no idea. They have no idea of what the game is, and I tell them, it takes. For somebody who's interested, it takes you five minutes to learn. You've got 3 to 4 moves at any point. At any point in time, you can do 3 things.
Kenzie's gonna take this down with the top 2 here, but yeah.
Beautiful. But however, the game is so much deeper than you can possibly fathom. With the range of players and it's funny because everybody's different aside from poker, but whenever you put them in a game where it's a level field, especially it's great in games like this whenever everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody has capability of making moves, of getting quote unquote out of line. You can really have fun games that can be life changing. I know you coming from. I remember meeting you about a year ago, and who's this nice fella who just came in from Vegas, Florida, or wherever another player who came in, and here he is in the booth, speaking over people that he's played countless hours with. It's crazy what I've seen and how much this game impacts somebody.
Yeah, it's awesome. I've got to go a lot of places and like do a lot of things and meet people that I would never have had access to, professional athletes,
absolutely,
CEOs of huge companies, pilots. It's poker is a great equalizer, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone's the same.
And here, oh my goodness, we have a raise from Jackson, $35 with a pretty marginal hand, and he's got 5 callers, 6-way action on this flop.
Sterling just flats. What a monster!
And he's gonna get flopped dead. 8-7-4 comes out, and Debbie's got a beauty of a hand. She's got 8-4 for 2 pair. She's got backdoor spades, some flush draws, or straight draws. Yeah, she's got a great hand.
Anyone have a 5? No one have a 5 in her hand.
Not one 5.
Is there a 9-10 here? No.
No, sir. And she might just get. Jackson's gonna call the $100 bet.
Jackson's got it.
And then a queen gonna come off. It's still not too much help to either of them. Check. And another 7 to give Jackson trips. Wow. Ooh, brutal river. We'll see how much he can get paid here. A nice bet, 175. That's.
It's gonna be tough for her to call this.
Let's see.
I guess he could have some bluffs. Some like Jack 10-9s.
But there he goes. Showdown. Got the trips. Debbie's gonna fork over 175, and Jackson's still just climbing up from that initial amount he had. I think he might have added on as well of what he had won, because I see a good chunk of blacks on there. Yes, so yeah, he's got 2.8K. I think he had about 1.8 at some point, so probably added on for another 1,000 after he took that big hit. Here we on to another Omaha hand.
Second hand of this orbit. Let's see, Kenzie. Under the gun.
Jack 9-7-5. Limp. It's worth an early position limp. Might get him into some trouble, but
some people like playing on.
And just a limp from Don too. These players want everybody else to bet their hands. This is something that, like I said, I was reading that article and it explains that a lot of people, whenever they transition from Hold'em to PLO, they
Looks like this one's gonna go about six.
Oh
six
my
ways
goodness! Yeah, we're just coming back to 6-way $40 pot, and looks like everybody's gonna be getting in there. Frankie going nowhere. Ace queen. He has rainbow, but oh no, he's got ace
Yeah,
six of clubs.
he's got an ace high club.
Ace
And
six.
Top too. Let's
Ace
see.
six,
I
three.
see a couple threes out there, but they're not connected. Let's see. Billy has a 4-5.
Mm-hmm.
4-5 with a 6. Backdoor spade.
Sterling's got tens.
It's probably gonna.
That's
We'll
about
probably
it.
just see Taco and Billy hit the turn. Maybe Billy might. He could fold actually.
Queen six. 240.
Yeah, it's about pot. Yeah, that's about.
And Billy's gonna lay it down.
Yeah, he's just gonna take it down then.
Yeah.
Can't really see anyone else making a case for.
Yeah, it looks like they pushed the button knowing.
Oh, Billy raised.
What? Wow. What?
Oh, so I know he's this is Billy. I mean, this is against the genius of it. He's knowing that Frankie calling late after it goes raise call. He's probably gonna repop pre with aces, right? So if he's capped and he's just gonna attack a dry board, he knows the best hand he have is probably is a set of sixes, which he has a 6 to block that. So there's only one combo of that. And Frankie's not going to want to just put in a bunch of money with a set of 3s or a6.
That's
It's
beautiful.
pretty, yeah.
Those reads.
Yeah, I've just started to understand that type of those reads a little bit.
I saw something once that said, as a beginning player, what do I have? Amateur player, what do they have? Expert player, what do they think I have? You start to play realizing that you have to realize people are putting you on hands the entire way, and you have to learn to manipulate it as best you can.
It's really a concept that's really applicable to like rest of life. It's like self-aware, being self-aware of like what you're projecting, what like image or story you're projecting. Is it making logical, congruent sense? Throughout the start. Let's see how many flushes. Donald's got a nut hearts. Sterling's a set of 7s.
So he's got some potential.
Yeah.
He's gonna peel one.
But you see, one of the 7s is gone. 2 jacks are gone. Not many odds left to pair up. Oh,
Wow!
And he still gets there.
Oh, wow!
Wow, still gets there.
Brutal.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I wonder how comfortable he's gonna feel.
It's a good check. And Sterling, I having just gotten into the booth, I haven't seen too much action, but I haven't seen him do too much that the night.
No, he's been playing pretty solid post flop, just taking what the game is giving to him.
Yeah.
Not forcing anything really.
Awesome fold by Don. I mean,
grateful. Just being aware of his opponent, right? Certainly,
and he even shows, yeah.
Yeah, it might be like the 4th or 5th hand he's really played to the turn. So
that's definitely a way to play PLO whenever you're in a game like this, and you might be out of your element. Just take what it gives you. And he knew, obviously, he's got the best hand there. So nice pot and a nice takedown from Mr. Sterling.
The game's still 9-handed?
I believe it is still 9-handed. You looking for that ninth C whenever it pops up?
Maybe. I don't know. It might be. What is it? We still got another hour of the street, right?
Yeah, we've got.
Maybe I'll wait. Nah, I'll finish it out.
Yeah.
I'll wait to get in. That's when it really gets juicy. Hey, if anybody wants to come up and play, hey, hot take. Sorry, here's some advice. That's when the game really gets juicy. Is post stream.
Absolutely, no. He's 100% right. How
this is the glory. If you want the money, come after.
Exactly. The stream is no stranger to action. However, Dante's got a solid point that whenever the TV cameras are off, that these guys just go crazy. Because now. Who's gonna make fun of me playing the way he played that?
You don't have to worry about your girlfriend. Like, yeah, why'd you do that with that hand?
Why did you lose 5K? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Jeremy's gonna flop trip 10s, and it's gonna check on the flop. He's doing even further trapping with another check. Jackson's gonna throw out a bet 35, and he's gonna get some action here. We'll see if Jeremy decides to raise. It's definitely pretty polarizing. It looks.
I think he's just gonna take it off. He's got
almost too good a hand.
Nothing to fear. Yeah, but it's like he doesn't really accomplish much from raising either. Donald's call is very interesting.
Just both of them with a deuce.
Which I guess you could because. A 10 is not going to have a boat a lot, right? A 10, it's only going to have a boat if it's 10 deuce. This might get through by Jackson. Jeremy could call this because he under-repped his hand so much, and he knows Jackson's a little active.
And he,
I think Jackson is bluffing.
Yeah,
This is not a thin. This is not like a thin value bet. He's definitely bluffing here.
And he gets called off. Another decent hand for Jeremy. He needed one. It had been a while.
Yeah, he knew it too. He was like, just ready this month.
Yeah. Decent play, but like you said, Jeremy's hand
probably wasn't big. That would have been. It would have worked a lot better, in a much bigger pot where there was probably like a bet on an earlier street. When it's just like $100.
It's $100.
Yeah,
I can say lose $100. I can look you up.
Yeah.
All I'm really losing to is about ace.
It's kind of like counterintuitive to what you would think normally, right? Like you think, oh, I'm gonna bluff. I'm gonna bluff small. I'm gonna bluff in the small spots and have it, but because of just people just have less to risk, right? The bluff is less likely to work.
We got another straddle out there. Let's see if anybody is going to come along to play. Sterling and Jeremy calling.
You can see definitely the game's loosening up a little bit.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure they were folding these hands early on. And now they're like, all right, come on now.
Let's play some poker.
Jackson and Debbie are winning all the pies. I want to get in there too.
And here we got a wide range of hands. Jack 7-3, 2 spades gonna come out on the flop.
Sterling with top 2.
Jeremy's
Billy has king eye spades and a gut shot to the 5. Turns
over spades. That's gonna give Billy king high, and he's got a lot of players in here. Did Debbie just bet tip chips? Oh,
those are the new $5 ones, right? Yeah, I did the same thing the other day. I was actually out of town for a week, and I came back, and I was like, oh, what are these? And I made a bet with the tip chips.
Very easy to do.
Yeah.
Billy raising on whenever he does hit his flush, gonna get all the way to Sterling, and we'll see. He's got Jack 7 still. He's got another. Let's see if he can hit another. He got lucky with Jacks and 7s earlier. See if he's feeling lucky.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's folding. He just wants to.
Little Hollywood.
Yeah.
Gotta get that
just
in.
Be like, hey, so next time,
I got you.
He doesn't want to snap muck, and so Billy just thinks let him think he can just push him around.
Absolutely.
Or people to think he's in there with BS.
I believe we do have another cash game open, so for those of you who are listening, please come on up. I believe there were at least 2 to 3 seats over there whenever I last checked, so if you want to play some cash, come on in.
It's what was it? No Limit Hold'em? What?
I believe. Well, they were playing Hold'em. They went to round of each at some point, and another player came who wanted to play Hold'em. So they said, "Okay, we'll switch back." So it sounds like a table who's willing to just play whatever anybody wants to come and check out.
It's a very people at Kojak's, we're very flexible.
Absolutely.
We're tailored to what the people want, and it's a great place to play. There's no other place really. Just forget about it.
Tell them
Just
again.
I'll give you a free hat. New players for the next week. I'll give you a free hat. Just tell them Dante sent you.
Tell them Dante sent you, and we've got a hat coming your way. Thanks, Dante.
Out of my personal Kojak's collection.
He does have an entire collection. I've seen it. Thanks again to everybody who's checking out the stream. We've got another hand developing here. 10-4 diamonds with a 6 of clubs on the
That was a
flop.
real spicy hand. 2 pair hand.
Beauty. Jackson's going to call off.
Jackson really was a big fan of backdoor action. As am I. It's got a lot of good turn cards. And that was the dream. That was the dream
one.
That was the one.
A non-diamond 7 is beautiful. So he's absolutely just gonna nearly snap call and inconsequential card on the river.
Yeah,
it's gonna go check.
Try to get too cute on him.
No. Well done, Jackson. Sweeping up another one. He's on a little run here. Other than that hand with Jeremy, he's playing solid. Getting the cards he needs when he needs them. That turn 7 is gorgeous. Whenever I walked over to the table earlier, I asked if they needed anything, and about 4 of them said good cards, including.
Yeah, there was a stretch where no one had
really that's gonna be one of the symptoms of this game.
And it is fun. It is funny. You would think PLO, just the nature, 4 cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 cards, 9 players, but there are times where, no one's really picking up good cards.
And it changes everything, Here we had a double straddle for 20. It's on to Frankie to call or raise, whatever he might do. So he is going to call. Billy had thrown the sleeper straddle out there, but he gets to pull back his 20 or his 40 and lay down Ace Jack 9-6. So we've got Ace Jack 8-7 for Taco, King Queen 5 Deuce, 9-8 6-3.
The spade blockers.
All 4 of them.
Yeah, he's already blocking the first shot.
So
I like it. He's already got a plan.
We got 8 players all calling off 20.
Why not?
Beautiful.
It's 20, but let me get an A. Does anyone watching want to call too? We'll send you 4 cards right now from the top of the deck.
Your Sterling's got
Just
the best
cash out,
cards.
maybe $20.
Yeah.
We'll get you in his hand right now. Let's see. There's only 1 flush shot. It's 5 high.
Queen Deuce of Diamonds with a 10 of Spades. It's gonna be Sterling in the lead, but it's gonna check through.
Yeah, this is really tough for anyone to really like this. So we're gonna go to the turn.
Kenzie might bet.
Yeah, now that he's picked up clubs, I think he can eliminate Queen 10s, right? Because Queen 10's not gonna allow that to check Queen 10 or a set.
Mm-hmm. So it looked like So Frankie checked. Kenzie led out for 125. Jackson calls.
Jackson has the
straight gutter with a 10 and a gutter with he's double gutted.
Let's see. Wait.
I think 9-8, so he can hit a jack or a 7.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he can hit a 7.
So 125 getting called by Jackson and Keikoa. 5 of spades peeling off.
It's probably just gonna check through.
Yeah. Unless Jackson gets froggy.
Man. I guess he could rep with the 4-3. I mean, he has a 3 in his hand. It does make sense for him to peel a turn with the 3-4-5, but
Yeah, another check. Oh, but Kekoa.
Kakoa is using his image here,
Yes.
but from what I've read, it's just people they don't give you as much credit for the PLOs. Like, they're smaller, they're straight. The less credit that they give. And that's just a wheel, right? Because you always people always have an ace in their hand.
Ace, and then you
ace anything.
yeah.
But I've noticed these ones, these straights, like the
This
6
3,
high
4.
through like the 9 high straight.
Yeah.
They don't get a lot of credit. I feel like he's gonna get called here.
Kenzie's thinking long and hard about it.
If it was, I know Kenzie is not afraid to make big calls.
No.
I feel like if it was anyone else, the chips would already be in the middle. And the only reason they're not is like, man, Kakoo has been so solid, man. He's just.
If he gets a fold from Kenzie and Jackson, then you're absolutely spot on that Kekoa is
just
pretty good at picking spots.
It's just tough
to rep.
Yeah.
And it does get called.
Like I said,
Brutal.
like, if it's the Rivers, like the 8, I mean, he makes it straight with the 8, right?
Yeah.
But if it's
if it's that Jack, if it's
if it's
8,
the 7, well,
yeah, that's brutal. That's gonna be nearly all of his chips, and he's right back on with another bullet.
It sucks to been so disciplined and play that long, and then
Yeah, you would.
one misstep. Maybe it's not even that big a mistake, but
Yeah, enough to definitely get called off and lose a decent one. That's a $2,000 pot heading towards Kenzie's way. So well done, Kenzie. And here's another look at the stack sizes. Things have shaken up a bit. Jackson, as we said, was just on a run for a little bit there. He's dominating everybody at the table.
He's cruising now.
Just like we said, picking up the cards he needs when he gets them, and then playing well, and his image of just he's been in nearly all of these big pots that we've been playing. So,
I expect him to actually just to pull back a little. I think he's still gonna peel a little bit wide, but I'd imagine now when we get to these turns and rivers and Jackson puts in the money, he's gonna lean towards having it a lot more.
Which is exactly
and use that
the progression you want to be in.
Yeah,
100%.
Kenzie was really good. I like the 3-bet here. Just makes it way easier to play post, right?
Because now this, I was gonna say hands like Jackson's might definitely think about a fold more often than not, but he's gonna get in there.
4 cards that he doesn't like, which is it's not that bad because I mean he's in position from the guys 3-betting, and he's not. The problem is a lot of people get in trouble with taking these marginal hands post. If they're just trying to make the hand right. But if you have intentions to do something, make a play in the right spot, then you should be opening up your entry. Oh, and Billy, is that 2 clubs on flop?
That is a spade and a club,
okay, so
and then he had another club on the turn. So yeah, now Billy's got nut flush draw on the river.
Yeah, nut gutter.
And Kenzie's getting in there now that he
gutter
is.
is a 6 and a 10. I love his hand.
And Kenzie's calling off with a king. He's also got Jack 10 for a gutter. So this river card is going to matter a lot. Oh wow, when Jackson gets in there, if he decides to.
Jackson, how can? Oh man, this is a tough. This is a spot where PLO will. His instinct is right. Like he's like he probably has the best hand. It's just almost impossible to get to to see a river and
that you
still have the best hand. So that's why it's so much about thinking forward.
Wow, big pot, 960 already. All players still in. 10 on the river. That's going to give Billy the check mark with the Jack 9.
Oh man, and Kenzie might get hurt here.
Yeah. Turn it, the rivering top 2. How much did Billy? I think he just potted. Yeah, for 960. That's a large bet.
And this is where Billy's willingness to make. Oh well, He could fold.
Wow. Yep.
Good
Kenzie
fold.
playing
Good
solid.
fold.
Good
Good
call.
fold.
Good fold.
It's tough. It's tough to fold any really strong hands against Billy in some of these situations because we know he has the capabilities to put. He's gonna put it in and put some pressure on.
He would have done the exact
He's-
same thing with absolute air.
Yeah.
And that's what's always terrifying about playing with Billy.
I'm always, if I'm playing, I'm never sure if I'm more afraid of paying him off or I'm afraid of him getting bluffed. Right? It's like, I just get out of my, just get out of my hand.
That's a sign of a great player when you just would rather not play with them. Another double straddle coming over to Kenzie with King 973. He's just gonna quick lay it down. Don's gonna call off Queen Jack Jack 8. Nice hand. Sterling's in there.
Jimmy center defenders on the button. Taco's got a decent 3-base queen 10 here. Gonna suit queen.
And we're gonna see a flop 5-way.
Kind of like Billy's hand the most. He's got. So we'll see like a 9-6. Oh, it's top set for Donald.
Beauty.
And he's got the gut shot. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. Taco's
Checks
got,
through. Wow.
Taco's got what I call it the nut shot. Nut shot to the king.
Jeremy actually.
Billy has bottom set. I didn't see that.
Oh.
And a gutter to the 9 as well, but the 9 also gives. Wow, this is a.
Yeah, so wow, great check.
This is probably gonna get in, I think, because
Sterling's got to get out of the way. So yeah, Sterling folded. It's on to Jeremy.
these boards, these Jack 10X boards, there's so many. A lot of times they have top 2
Yep.
and like an open ender
Yep.
or a pit like one like a Jack or a 10 and then like 3
Mhm.
straight cards. Really tough to fold a set on this board.
Oh wow, it went fold from Jeremy. Billy just gets it all in there, and so is Don.
It's really tough. Some boards you could just dump. He picks up hearts.
King. That's gonna give the check mark to Don, and well played, and that's gonna be it. Oh, I didn't see whenever he raised he potted and got it in for 500, and Billy it was 35 more that Don had.
Okay,
So it's just
so
yeah.
It wasn't much more.
No,
for
no.
sure you gotta get that in there. Then that's just one of those spots at PLO. It's just like it just sucks, right? Like,
Yep. And you love to see the 6 come off, but it's not gonna be a good hand for Mr. Billy, but a decent one for Don. That's one of those moments when you're just kicking yourself for not adding on the hand before.
yeah, right.
Brutal.
Graphics showing Coco has $20.
That is
That's definitely
incorrect.
inaccurate.
Yes.
I know he likes to go on a short stack, but
It's a bit tough to play. That $20. $20 is tough to play behind. I think we're over to our Hold'em round.
oh, okay.
See if
The
things
greatest
lighten
game in the world, still, guys. Hey,
Still.
make Hold'em great again.
Yeah, I remember when you first came down here, you were not into playing PLO almost at all.
Oh, I still am not. It's been very expensive for me.
Uh-huh.
A couple of times I was like, man, I could have just bought a Rolex. At least I had a few hours of fun, you know.
Yeah.
I think of it as lessons. I'm getting a master class, high level lessons.
Master class, it is. Here we've got Queen Jack, 7-7, and Ace King. Ace King not raising pre and getting away cheap.
I love peeling with the Queen Jack here in the deeper situation. You have so
Oh,
many
wow.
turns. You can
Sterling folding his Ace King on the flop and
Yeah.
hit on the turns, gonna
It's-
kick himself.
It's Queen Jack suited. I'm about to go on a little.
Let's see it.
Queen
Let's
Jack
hear it.
suited in deep, no limit Hold'em in position is by far my most favorite hand.
That's the hand.
It's so good as the pre-flop like aggressor.
And there it is.
There's so many ways you can basically can almost always justify seeing a turn card turning your hand into a bluff, picking up a straight draw, and like so many cards. It's just so fun to play. When Hold'em is deep, the deep Hold'em is when the game is, it's really fun, in my opinion.
No, absolutely, because it's the ability to play.
Yeah.
Because whenever you're playing and, you say deep, some people might
relative to the amount of blinds.
Absolutely,
two,
five on the button.
300, 400 big blinds.
Yes, yeah.
You can really construct like some really fancy bluff lines or some slow plays and then jump out the window it's.
And as you said, Queen Jack taking out a big pot whenever it was by far not the best hand, and it shows you. You can really, because you can rep.
You rep the ace. If you're the aggressive three, you rep the ace or king, right? Mm-hmm. But then he also makes the best hand of the queen or jack. Turns an open ender on the 10. Mm-hmm. Picks up, turns club draw. It's like 60, say like, I don't know, 60% of the deck or something. Someone do the math up there.
You'll get another hat.
I'm a field player. All right.
Billy getting froggy with the hammer. Has to fold it.
He's just flex on the stream. I understand.
Absolutely.
He's got the guns out, so why not?
Oh, dude, Billy doesn't put them away. I'll tell you that much. Here's another look at the stacks, and as we said before, things are shaking up.
Is Debbie? Is she okay? I've never seen this before.
Where she's not in a pot for longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She's been gone for a while, it looks like.
Okay.
That's
must be away
going to
from the
change
table.
things. Yeah.
So I'm like, how bad are these hands?
We'll see what she gets away from. So, yeah, Jackson putting out the straddle with the 6-3. Don going to limp. Yeah, see, Ace-Jack, Debbie might just shove on that spot. I don't know. It's hard to predict what she might do. Billy's going to 3-bet to $100 with the Ace-Jack. As I said, that would have been fireworks between Miss Debbie and Billy had she been at the table 100%. But
they might have just got the stacks in.
Yeah,
somebody has a 4-card flush.
Oh, goodness. There's the beat pip. I think it's Billy is just leagues away. Anybody else? 65% he's in. And once again, everybody gone. Everybody's eating pizza, having a cigarette. Little break before we hit into our last little 30 minutes of the stream.
See, they're trying to get geared up for that, that after stream. That's
exactly.
They heard I was coming into the game.
Yeah, they know.
Mega whale.
Mega whale. That's what we call Dante when he's not here, actually. And it's gonna come to Billy. King 3's gonna raise it up a little bit. 3-5. Kenzie going to call. Jackson's out. Don's in though. Okay. 5-4-3.
Open ender for Kenzie. He's got backdoor 6 hours, but the only hearts in the hand.
So always
Billy's
valid.
Billy's gonna figure. I think he's gonna take one off. This is like, I don't know. He's out of position. Maybe he just lets it go.
He's thinking.
Maybe he just lets it go. He's just like.
Yeah. Tough one to lay down. A lot of cards showing. Everybody's being.
You can peel it with it's a flop that your opponents are gonna miss like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Being out of position against her opponent, Kenzie's not shy. Kenzie's not scared to put money in the pot, so it's not just gonna be this. You're not just gonna call the flop and then check it down to the river, right?
100%. 100%. Especially if a heart comes, then it's just.
It's gonna be some tough decisions.
Might as well just make the one easy one and just get out while it's still cheap. And here comes Debbie back.
Mm-hmm. Looks like she's. Oh man! And once again,
what do you have? Ace Queen.
Another premium hand. Jeremy's away from the table. Somebody get Jeremy. Come on.
Give it up for a night, bud. Raise from Billy to King Queen, and this is when Jeremy would have him just disgustingly crushed.
No.
Debbie with the Queen Jack. Oh, but there it is.
He saved money.
Saving money. Saving money. The cigarette's saving him money.
Money saved his money, man.
$50 coming out from Debbie. Billy's going absolutely nowhere. But here it
There we
is.
go.
Interesting card.
That's the magic card right there.
And it's I think, check bet from Billy.
Oh!
And the
drills
absolute
it.
beauty. Oh, Liz.
Ripped.
Oh my gosh. It was just a fold, and she shows. Wow. Beautiful. Just the rip. Demi's afraid of nothing. Well,
I think she was.
especially when you're holding
I guess
nuts.
I think she was hoping Billy had some monster hand.
Yeah.
Ace King.
Maybe
Ace
even
something like that.
yeah. Set. That's funny. Let's see.
Jeremy's back.
To
Now,
just
now look like at the 9 deuce offsuit.
yeah. Fold
Man, I
for
haven't
a
seen-
couple
he's
more
using-
orbits.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, man, where are they at? I haven't seen kings, ace, queen. Okay, Koa, gonna throw it away. Here we are back to perceived garbage. Okay, so ace, queen, and then king, queen right after.
I spoke too soon.
There it is. He might have lost some change on that last one as well if he managed to get to the
Especially
river.
depending on how it goes for sure.
Yeah. Taco's in there with the jack 9. Billy going nowhere.
I like these hands.
Yes,
As far as
look at all of these
for
beautiful
the
hands.
viewership. These medium, everything's right in the middle.
10-3 deuce.
Billy's got a gutter. Not much. For
Not much
anyone
for
else.
anybody.
Yeah. Jeremy is a king of clubs.
Kenzie's got the 7. He's got some
He's
backdoor
got,
stuff.
He's got a lot of. He's got a lot of good like turn rivers to barrel out, right? Having the king of clubs, he's the backdoor flush draw, and then he turns the straight draw with a 9, the jack.
It was a bet from Jeremy of 85. Billy's gonna appeal. See if he can hit that 4. He hits a pair. Check. And the 4. So better, best.
I wonder if Jeremy's gonna try to rep an ace now.
No, just a quick check fold. Nice hand, Billy. That's what you get for leaving the table. Come back to king queen and it's no good. And there he goes again. Are we taking a break? Are we? What's something's going on?
Let me talk to one of my sources.
There you go. Yeah. Give me,
Got some people on the ground.
address the consulate. Let figure out what's going on. Are we done? They might have just called the game a bit early. We'll see what Crystal starts doing. Oh, it looks like, okay, so I can see on the table that their time was paused.
We're taking the time out for our sponsors.
Thank you to...
This stream sponsored by Corona.
Corona
Premier. I'm on my 5th one. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. But, they told me to juice up the stream, so I took
So he took it into his own hands. Yeah. Okay. This might just be a pizza break. This might be... Here comes over floor manager Miss Kelly. Just having a quick chat with our dealer.
Taco.
Tell him to get the cards out of the muck. Start dealing them premiums. Crystal, one of our most accomplished card mechanics that we have here.
Mechanics. Oh. No wonder I can never win in the big game.
Absolutely. We'll let you win on the 5 on the button. No problem. That's more than anything. But you get up to 10-25, quarter on the button. We're gonna have to start with the aces versus kings, where of course you have the aces and it's a rivered set.
That was the 3rd time. It just must be running.
Must be running bad. Something about that 20% to see a set. You gotta factor that in.
Looks like everyone's refueling. I'm gonna go out there myself.
Sure, Dante, go check it out. We'll take a small break as well. Thank you so much for those who are still viewing. We'll be back in a bit. And we are back. Went out there and yeah, they were just taking a quick little smoke break, and Jackson left the table. So we'll see if Mr. Dante wants to go ahead and fill that seat. We'll let you know in just a moment. Right here, we're still on Hold'em. Got a couple folds, and Kenzie gonna race to 65 with the 3 deuce. Debbie's gonna make the call, as is. Oh, it's still on Jeremy to make the rest of the call. I think he raised, so we'll see if he decides to continue. He is going to get in there with his Queen 6 of Hearts, and we got another pot developing. We're here on the last about 20 minutes of the live stream. So once again, thanks to everybody who is viewing and was viewing before. Queen 6 on the flop. That's going to get Jeremy top 2. Kenzie in there with a gutter to the 5. It's going to go check from Jeremy. Kenzie's going to bet the 80. We'll see if Jeremy's going to decide to raise or just flat this. So he's going to go ahead and raise. That's probably going to scare Mr. Kenzie off. However, like I said, he's got that gutter. He's never afraid to put some money in, and he does call. 300 coming in from both players. Turn's going to be the deuce. So now Kenzie hits a pair. Jeremy's not going to be slowing down in the least. Betting out $500. $500 on the turn. Now, if Kenzie's going to make a move, it might have to be on this river card. However, that gives Jeremy the boat. If Kenzie's going to make a move, it's going to cost him loads. Or if Kenzie's going to make a move, it's going to cost him loads because Jeremy just hit that boat. He is going to lead out for sure. However, Kenzie's just going to have to let it go. He's going to have to look like he was pretty strong, but there's no way you can shove over the top here whenever Jeremy's probably going to bet more than half his stack in this pot. First pot coming back from the break. Brutal. Jeremy's thinking, how much will he call? But it's unlikely that Kenzie's going to take more than a couple milliseconds to muck his cards unless he's just going to do some posturing. Now, Jeremy's doing his best to make it look like he might bluff. Big pot brewing here, Mr. Dante. We had, it was raised by Jeremy pre. Kenzie 3-bet with 3 deuce.
Okay.
It went check from Jeremy. Kenzie let out on the flop, and Jeremy called. Jeremy leads out on the turn for 500. Kenzie flats. It's another 6 to give Jeremy the 6s full of queens, and he's deciding how much to bet here. And if he bets, I think he's trying to make it look like a bluff, but there's no way Kenzie puts any more money into this spot. Yeah.
He's targeting. He should be. He's targeting like kings and aces, right?
Yeah.
And it's a really good run out actually to get paid by those hands.
Absolutely.
They reverse pair, but I guess he really. I don't know. Maybe now. I guess he's just like Kenzie. He's just thinking Kenzie just has a myriad of. Yeah. If you're betting 400, you really just think he has. Not the hand that he has.
Yes.
You never think someone has 3 deuce.
Yeah. It's hard to put somebody on 3 deuce.
7, 5s, 5s, probably 5, probably 3s, 7s,
Yeah.
8s, I guess.
But yeah, I don't see Kenzie trying to bluff at all.
Oh, there's no way.
He has to.
Probably a bluff. I mean, you should. If anything, the thought process was more Jeremy would be bluffing. There's no hands. Anything better than a deuce.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably cool enough. This one is a possibility.
He was looking for a gutter, but it just.
And this is one of these agonizing spots where, like, you know, there's just no way you ever have the best hand, but the price is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But just why? I mean, if Jeremy could see Kenzie's hand, I think that is it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfect.
It really is. The money's just too right, but I can't see Kenzie making this call. That's. But I've been wrong before. Oh,
I think he's
wow.
going to. Just gonna say maybe he has
Max.
ace high diamonds. Or something.
Max value. Absolute max value. Well played, Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy's really been as far as post flop, he's really just been taking it pretty easy. For anyone that's played with him, I mean, he's got similar to myself. That could have a very wide range of how you're gonna play. Right? It could be, it might be the tightest guy in the game, or the crazy
Yes.
side.
Yes. I've seen Jeremy be both.
Yeah.
But all around solid player, and
Yeah,
that's
the
how
thing
he's
is,
gonna.
it's either way, right? He's thinking like a lot about
Yeah.
just what he's doing. So
He does something that I think not enough, at least Kojak's players do, which is take his time.
that's true. 'Cause even I get everyone gets caught up. This is what happens a lot. I hit with autopilot. You get in the autopilot.
Yes,
Right?
and there's a degree of merit to playing quickly whenever you're paying time for the seat and to see hands. You know, you want to see as many as possible, obviously, but whenever in spots like that, it's almost assuredly every second that he took meant he's getting called more likely from Kenzie. Like,
But he's just really thinking about what hands he's trying to target.
Small pop between Debbie and Kenzie. Gonna give Kenzie the check mark. And on to the next one. Well played all around.
So it's like Jackson bowed out early. Great
Yeah.
What a comeback. Bro.
No lie. A brutal beat into an amazing run that just made him definitely profitable for the night. So kudos to him. And you're right in that he probably bounced out before the after stream game got a little too wild. So there is a seat, Dante.
He didn't want that smoke.
Yeah. there is a seat for whenever you're ready to come in. We've only got about 13 minutes left on the stream here. We had a triple straddle for 40, and Debbie's got 9s.
I think the producers told him, let's make it juicy for the last.
That's what I let Crystal know that she's got something to prove. So Debbie's gonna raise it up $80. Kekoa calling with the Queen 10. Oh, this can get spicy. Jack 6 for Taco. He's gonna get out of the way. Billy's in there with Jack 10, 100%, and Kenzie's got great odds. Let's get in there with King Deuce. 335 in the middle.
Let's see if Jack 10-9.
Oh, Ace 10-6. Ace 10-6. Jack 10-9 is gonna be disgusting.
No, it's a 9. She felt upset. There's no way. No one has an ace or diamond, so
it's a great check.
Debbie check. So
That's a great
check.
Yeah, she's not
rare.
the type to slow play.
Yeah, and once again, another spot for Kekoa where his image he should grant him some wins here, but
it's
he ran into it.
Yeah,
Yikes.
stepped in it the moment he called. And he's still got good cards for him, so he's got a
This is a spot where Debbie's image is
amazing.
yeah.
I mean, if God forbid a 10 comes out or something as brutal as
I
that.
think of any turn card that he's going to fold with like 300
No,
left. I'm not sure why
especially-
he's to get it in.
Especially hard.
on
Oh,
that.
yep.
I don't know how he turns out, but
And there it is. 5 on the river, going to give no help to Keikoa. Another brutal hand, and Debbie's going to sweep him up. And into the pocket he goes. Well done, Miss Debbie. Brutal spot for Keikoa.
great check on flop by her.
Oh yeah, that's
That
where
setup
she
the
gets
whole
all
hand.
of her money.
So,
Because if she leads out, it looks way too much like an ace.
yeah, with Billy behind still.
Mm-hmm. Well done. And there she goes, just another. She left the table for God knows how long. Comes back and it's just a beautiful set.
Why do you need to play every hand when you're 1,000 of things? Right?
Her average per hand is
She's like,
absolutely
She's like, I'll let them
ridiculous.
play for them.
Yeah, sure. Let them win a couple hands before I come back and decimate the table. Here we are back to Omaha, and still with the triple straddle out from Donald. It's on to Miss Debbie. We'll see if she picks up another premium. She is going to be at least calling. We'll see how much Keikoa has behind in just a moment. Looks like 400. Ooh, mystery hands. I love it.
Triple straddle. It's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough stat size to play. Really.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
We're basically gonna be all in by the flop.
225,
Donald picks up
245.
aces in a clutch spot. How much is that? There's already 200 in the pot. 40 with the 42. There's already just 240 in there.
He might have potted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
Great
pot.
spot, man.
Absolutely. That's that big blind special.
What I would personally, what I would have done actually, knowing that Kakao only had 400,
You would have flatted.
I think I would have made it about 2. Giving Kakao the ability to shove over, and then when it gets back to me, I have the threat to repop all and get the full stack in.
So that's
But he just
that's a
called.
thinking man's move. I'll tell you. That's a math man's move.
It's really just
How do I get my money in the middle when I got aces?
I either want to get with the aces in Omaha. You really just want to get like more than half a stack in, or like a single raise. This amount I've found to get you in a lot of trouble, right?
Whenever.
There's so much in it. So we got the.
Oh man, 6-4-4 Jack for Billy. So he's got.
Sorry, that was completely wrong.
Completely wrong. Yeah. So Ace 3-5. That's actually going to
That was
be
tough
the
set.
dream for Donald.
Debbie's gonna have 10 hearts here. How much does Donald have? He's got 890.
And he's still got boat outs, so he's gonna absolutely shove here.
Billy's got the 6.
And Miss Debbie calling with the 10 high. I think she announced call. Oh man.
Yeah, she calls. Billy's gonna fold. He's gonna fold the 6-4 here with the flush.
Yeah.
The flush
With
draw
whenever
board.
the 6 was on the board.
Yeah, with the
And-
flush draw on board, he's gonna dump this open.
Yeah. Okay, Koa. I mean, he's only got a $120. This is. I mean, you have no draws. Nothing. I mean, he might fold, but
He can. Oh, she don't.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
that's why I was like, if it folds though, Billy will call here. Just a 6-4. 6-4 is gonna be
Wow.
alive, right? He's got like 1 blocker. He's got a 7. And drills it.
Deuce.
Oh, but he
3.
butts up. All right.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, running it twice.
Okay.
Ran it twice.
He gets both.
He gets both. Wow. Oh man, Billy hates to see that 3
Clean
on
living.
that first board. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Clean living, why not?
Wow. Well played. I mean, wow. Good running it running it twice, running it once would have been the same, but that's brutal. Donnie taking another one, so he is up plenty right now. Keikoa
think he might be running the box really quick.
Yeah, he might have just ran out into the road.
No, because he's a warrior. I've seen
Warrior.
him get in much deeper than this and book a win for sure.
Not only a win, but
a big one.
Yeah, huge. And at the lowest of lows, he's still as nice and one of the best losers. You're a solid level head all the way around. Love having Keikoa at any table. And then we got another double straddle. These guys are not afraid of some action.
Yeah.
And a raise from Miss Debbie.
Okay, here we go.
Keikoa's away from a wow. Actually, really. I mean, if you're gonna play short stacked.
With the 120, I'll probably just rip that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's got Jacks with the suit.
Oh wow, there's some hands there.
Everyone else's hands are pretty terrible.
8-4-8. Kenzie's got a pair.
Turns the best hand.
Turns the best hand. Check, check. Oh, okay. Billy's in there. Okay. And then I think Billy was in there, and ace queen for Kenzie. Yeah, so I think Billy was in there, and it still went check, 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 check all the way through. Maybe a small bet. No, 75. Yeah, I think that was about it. Let's see. Oh, he's just back with the 120. He might have added on and it's coming, but we'll see. I think we got time for maybe about 2 more hands.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see this one. I'll go announce that it'll be the last one. Let's hope some fireworks pop off. Oh wow, Kiko's got a pretty nice hand. Definitely gonna be in this one. He raises. Taco in there. Billy, raise. Yeah, raise to 150. And Keikoa.
Oh, Debbie's gone.
Oh, I wonder what she's got.
I think Billy was just trying to want an ice, so just play a pot.
Yeah.
Heads up in position.
I think he knows what time it is. Let's get a big one in here before the stream closes. We've got 4 players in this one. Oh, 3 Taco folded.
Sure, a lot of cards there.
There's a lot.
Kings.
Like you said, that Jack 10 comes out on the PLO board.
And Keikoa drills it with the.
And he's got a 7 on the turn. Still leading. See if he puts some money in. Checking it over to Billy.
I don't like how he's played this at all.
And then another 6 to. He still got the check. Check from Debbie. We'll see if he finally decides to get some money in here.
Oh, he has 2 9s, right? So we can. Well, Billy's always never has anything after checking that.
Never. No, if he had a gutter, I mean, anything on the turn, especially, he's putting some money in, but. All right. This will be our last hand of the evening. Thank you so much for everybody who has tuned in. We appreciate everybody. Don't worry for those of you who have been watching and were listening to Dante. Even though he might be a couple beers deep, I will hold him to all those free hats he promised.
Yeah. New membership for the next week. Hey, I'll get you. You know what? I'll even get you a brand new one. You know.
A brand new one, he says. Let's see. Kiko's out. Sterling's out. Jeremy's out. Oh, well, he might play. Yeah. Gonna see one. Billy's, I'm positive raising any 4 cards. Especially King, Queen, Queen, 7. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Mackenzie's got the aces.
Mackenzie with the A's.
And raising it up. Love to see it. We've got another good pot. Jeremy's definitely gonna see a flop with his 8s. I don't see him going anywhere. Debbie calling with the mystery cards yet again.
Yeah, having a 6-5, the connectivity there.
Oh wow, she's actually got a great hand. I mean, for the perceived range.
Yeah, she wants to see that Jack 10 on the flop.
Oh man. Woo! We've got
Billy puts in the
stacks
floor
going
with
in.
this.
Billy. Wow. Oh, and he re-raises.
Yeah, Mackenzie, that,
I mean, it's gotta
enough
be
to-
it's gotta
enough
be
to-
aces, and I think Billy might just get it all in here.
Yeah, he's only put too much in. He's got
Debbie's smiling.
he's got his suits covered. He's got his suits covered too. So
Yeah, she knows she's gotta get out of the way. And over to Jeremy.
did we see a queen and anyone else was in?
I don't believe so. Oh wow.
Now Jeremy, he's like, man, if this one of these 8s was a 7, one of these 8s was a 7, buddy, I'd be
In
there
there.
like Slim, buddy.
Yes, sir.
But it's
Not
it's
even
tough.
a hesitation.
It's tough when you have a pair. You have to pair him.
Can you let them know this will be the last one? Please.
I came to ask you.
Yes, that's what I'm here for. We've got a big one brewing.
Ooh, I will watch.
Go ahead. Oh, Lord, on to Jeremy. Oh, man. Because he knows the rest of Billy's stack is going in.
Yeah.
It doesn't constitute a
That
raise, but
actually will make his call like better.
yeah.
Math-wise, right? Because he's got to drill his hand. I mean, he's got to drill his hand.
Oh, I think he's folding and holding. Conservative, but smart play. Yeah. So here we go.
For sure, I bet if that other 8 was a 7, he's putting it in. He went with the.
Oh. So I think, yeah, they're running it twice. That's going to be one for Kenzie. Our action tracker is probably going to have to back it up. If nothing else, then we can look at the flop and see. Oh, okay, so it was a misread flop. And yeah, that's going to be it. Wow. Brutal last hand. Brutal. Well, good night. On that note, thank you so much for everybody for watching. Well played by Kenzie on the last hand of the night. And we will be continuing action, as always, on this game. If you're interested in playing, come on down. If you're interested in next week, let us know, and we will get you on the list. Thanks again. Thank you, Mr. Dante, for joining us. We appreciate you greatly.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lopez. Thank you for having me on the stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed my subpar commentary.
Nothing subpar about it, bud. Thank you to everybody, and good luck on the felt.